Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Bobsheaux Live. How we all doing?
We're doing great, Bobsheaux, because you're cool.
Oh, I thank you.
Hello.
and again, we have my lovely Raven here by my side. Everyone say hello, Raven.
Hi, baby, we love you. Ah!
I'm not sure who everybody is, but they always have that voice.
Well, yeah, of course. That's the I'm excited crowd voice right there.
Ah, you're so awesome.
As we are watching the opening tiles there, I suddenly realize I need to update my opening here too, don't I? I'm still stuck on stupid, dumb 8th season the opening here. Gotta do the 9th.
The 9th season, wow.
Mm-hmm. 9 years. Well, going on 9 years I've been doing this now. Whew. Good lordy. So how we all doing in chat? Kristen says, hi, Raven.
Hello, hello. Oh, this is gonna be hard. I'm already having trouble seeing.
It's okay.
I don't have my glasses on top of my mask this time.
Is it not possible to wear your glasses with that mask on?
I don't think it is. I will have to give it a try, though.
Hello, Sorter Express. Nice to see you. Network 1245 Productions. Home Cruise. Tom Jackson. Quitch and Break Bill. Yes, we did just start, so you got here just on time. Mary Cruz. Cova Rubius. Hello there. E. Garcia. And I think that's everyone so far.
Hey, it works. I think it looks dumb, though. Doesn't it look dumb?
You look beautiful. Stop it.
For real. Looks dumb.
You look like you're wearing glasses over a mask. That's all that it looks like.
Okay. Well, I do like being able to read.
Being able to read is definitely a help.
It is.
Because, as I've said many, many times on these streams before, it is impossible for me to do this on my own. I'm sorry, that's not to delineate my own presence here. I know you love telling me, oh, baby, this is all you. It is not. A great portion of it is me. But there is no way that I could read the chat looking for voices, for stuff to do, if you're not there to tell me. So, stop the depreciation, please. Yeah.
Thank you, Monikers.
What did they say?
Raven is always beautiful.
Told ya! She never believes me.
Shut up.
Sorry, but if you're not going to trust the word of your boyfriend that you're beautiful, then who do you trust?
Would you please focus on the people that showed up to listen to you be stupid?
Okay, I'll be stupid, and this is all for you guys. Everybody. Come on, chat, update. I know the last thing.
I've got it on top chat too. I've got to change it to live chat.
How do I change that? Live chats? I thought it was on live chat, but there we go. Okay, there we go.
Defaults to top chat because, of course, why would you want to see everybody's messages?
Right?
Only the ones YouTube deems appropriate and important. Oh god, this looks so dumb. I can see. I have a mirror on just under my monitor. Like, here's the camera and there's the mirror.
Yeah.
This looks really dumb.
It does not look dumb at all.
It really does.
I'm sorry you think so, but it doesn't.
Behold, as Raven takes off her mask to scratch her eye. Not quite that out of it. Almost.
And just as long as you're not scratching out your eye, because we still need those in place.
Your brain goes to such strange places.
And this is why people watch me.
Their brains are strange, too.
Yes, all you weirdos out there, you're the best.
Now I've got the Karate Kid song going through my head.
Karate Kid song.
The best.
Around. Don't ever take you down. Oh, wait. Sorry, gotta get this out there. You're the best around. Something to take me down. You're the best around. To take me down. Zoe, I had to do that as the Hubstyle 1 because he was fighting a wagon full of pancakes. And that song started to come up.
Oh my god. That's
What?
terrible.
What, you don't love the Homestar?
I don't really know much about it,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with that.
And here comes one of the most common questions we've encountered in our relationship. Why do I date you?
I just don't know.
Me neither. We are so incompatible, and yet something's working. I tell you what,
I
it's
am
we can't
going
see-
to clean these things. They're quite smeary.
Oh dear. Yes, can't have smeary. Hello, Ian Sweeney. Nice to see you. Let's see. Red Crusader asks, had a Warcraft background? No. Although it does look very WoW, doesn't it? It's actually just some fantasy background that I found on YouTube, which I think works very nicely for the purposes of these streams. If I'm going to be reading things like The Wizard of Oz and Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales. So, you know. A couple months
We
ago...
didn't talk about what you were reading this time.
Well, we're finishing The Wizard of Oz little by little, so we got plenty of stuff to go through there. Are we getting tired of Grimm?
Are we getting tired of Grimm, guys?
Let's see, lots of suggestions for voices.
Yeah, you gotta give it a minute for the lag.
Yeah. And no, not talk chat, we went live chat. There we go. Hello, Samantha Lutz, nice to see you. Hello, Sabrina. Yes, Tom, we are still off to see the wizard. Jace Fisher says, Sir Rob, Lady Raven, a joy to see you again, and a joy to see you as well.
I hate these on my mask. I can't do this. I just don't like them. I would rather not be able to see.
What happened to the mask you were wearing last time?
It was a different mask. It doesn't work over this mask.
Oh no, I mean, don't you have the glasses still attached to it?
Oh, I'm never putting that on in front of anybody. That's
no.
hideous.
Sorry,
Nope.
baby.
But I did get the materials to make a mask that attaches to my glasses. It's not going to do that with sticking way out because my glasses are underneath them. It's because it's attached to the glasses. And I just didn't get a chance to do it this past weekend, but I shall this weekend.
Sorry.
Hopefully. Okay, so should I start writing down voice suggestions?
If you can see them. It's a legit question. Can you see?
Can I? Yeah, I can. Good enough.
Sorry.
If it bothers me, I'll put the ugly glasses on.
They're not ugly, stop it.
They are! Especially on top of the mask, and they're slipping down my face, and it looks like I'm looking. No. Mm-mm.
We'll work it out, baby. It's a learning process. We get it worked out little by little every single stream. We got suggestions for Bernie Sanders, Maleficent, Captain Jack Sparrow, Daddy Derek barking at a knot about the lull, even though he's clueless as clueless as a clucker at KFC's. I'm from Texas and he's Southern. I just had to say it like that, said Grace Starks. Very good. But, yeah. The question is still on the table. Do we want to continue on with classic fairy tales, or do we find some other source of story time?
Well, do you have something handy?
Handy behind the green screen.
Exactly. You, the time to consider options was before we opened up the stream, dear.
Well, maybe, but check this out. I can just easily go into this, and oh my god, I'm fading! Ah! Oh no, it's all black! I can grab something awkwardly off screen whenever I want. Or, you know, just, and when I got everything that I need, I just go back to here, and poof, I'm here again. Which reminds me, one of these days, I gotta make, technical difficulties screen to put up here. One of us gets
He has
disconnected.
been Thanos.
What?
Someone said he has been Thanos.
Oh God, Raven, I don't feel good.
Stop.
And then
Not
so,
cute.
what?
Not cute.
And then someone steps back. I'm okay. Whee! Too soon. He's okay.
Tom Holland, okay? Shut up.
I'm sorry. I couldn't get invested in his death. I mean, maybe if they didn't immediately show
That's because you're heartless.
No, it's because they showed a trailer for the next Spider-Man movie directly after the release of this. It's like, guys, no! Make it look like he might be dead. Then we'll feel sad for him.
I felt sad for him.
But he's gonna be okay. Look! It's Spider-Man. Do you really think they're gonna kill him off? At least for more than 5 minutes.
Tom Holland's amazing.
Gilbert God-awful voice. Write it down. And Red Crusader, yes, if there was something I could do about the motorcycles driving around outside, trust me, I would. Stop it! Recount the tale of Bluebeard, a tale of marriage, spoken promises, and a horrible secret. Don't know that one.
What?
Jace Fisher gave a suggestion for something other than fairy tales, I think. The Tale of Bluebeard, a tale of marriage, broken promises, and a horrible secret. Sounds interesting, but I don't know the Tale of Bluebeard. James Johnston says, "No, Bob, go back to the light." Riddle me this, Bob. What comes in many shapes, sizes, and colors, hurts when you step on it, but can be attached with other stuff? Because Legos? Got Profiterole from Freedom Force, Cabo from Little Cars, Minky the Monkey from... Wait. Which one was Minky again? Damn it, I've seen too many talking... monkey movies.
They're all running together.
Ugh. Fleet's dad having PTSD. Stromboli from Pinocchio. Sorry, don't know Miss Frizzle. I mean, I know who she is, but don't know her voice.
You didn't watch any Magic School Bus when you were a tyke?
Not a lot, no. Hey. Hey, quiet you. Captain Badassitude says, "Hey, Bob, how you doing in quarantine, man? I'm an introvert. I'm taking this in stride."
He's been training for this his whole life.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I can't go anywhere. Where was I gonna go?
Must be a day that ends in Y.
No, that's not true. I am bummed out that Disneyland is still closed. I was gonna go there for my birthday this year, but that's kind of up in the air.
You can still go for your birthday, you just need to go later.
Yes,
you can
I do.
celebrate your birthday anytime.
Mm-hmm. and what's Disney gonna say about it? Hmm? Rita's White Fang suggests E. Garcia. Interesting. put on the troll suit and Gomez Adams mustache. What? You people are crazy. Am I home alone? Sadly, I am not. I have got my landlords and their dogs downstairs. One of them said they will keep the barking to a minimum. The other said that they'll make as much noise as possible. So, no idea what we're going to get here.
Ha ha ha.
Exactly. I still got ravens, so not all bad. That is very true, Jason Fisher. Day's always better with my lady by my side. I should read Watership Down. First things first, gotta review the movie. And Network 1245 Productions brings up a very excellent point. Why doesn't Disneyland hands out these birthday pins for anyone who comes in to celebrate their birthday? Why aren't they handing out unbirthday pins?
Raven doesn't sing. Raven doesn't do voices. Raven damn sure don't sing in different voices. Give it up. Not happening.
She does voices. Very special.
Would you like this to be a solo endeavor?
No. Meanwhile, I'll try to get by. You leave, and I try to substitute you with "Whoosh, family approved." It's just not the same. Why did she leave me? Raven is not Brian Hull. No, she's not. Actually.
Oh, okay. I'm going, why? Of course I'm not Brian Hull. Oh, because he sings in cartoon voices. Okay.
Yes.
Definitely
yes.
not Brian Hull. But I think he's very talented.
Claire Carey is asking for a bit of advice. Sure, I guess. It's got a few minutes to shoot before we go ahead to the mainstream here. What do we got? Looking for any advice that's being asked for. I suppose Super Disney fan would know this, and I wouldn't. That dumb little kid from Dumbo is apparently named Snitty the Bully. Let's see. Panchito from the Three Caballeros. He was the rooster, right?
Would you like to tell me what to write down?
Can you not see?
No, that's not the problem. If I'm trying to get voice suggestions, I don't get everything. There's no way. I'm only one person.
Sorry.
But if you say it, I feel honor bound to write it down. Because otherwise it's going to be like, hey, someone suggested that and you never gave it to me, so... Stop!
I will stop that.
Thank you.
Let's see, we got Butch the Bully. Emma Watson is Belle. Of course, we gotta have Cool Cat in there. And here comes Claire Carey again.
Right. Okay, so your dad is making you write a kid's book. And if it is so good it gets published, you don't want to be known for writing kids' books. Write it, and if it gets published, publish it under a pen name.
Does anybody know who Theodore Geisel is? Probably not. But everyone knows Dr. Seuss. Because I don't think he wanted to be known for children's books either, did he?
Stephen King wrote under a pen name for some of his the Watchtower.
Oh, really?
Books, something like that. He had a pen name. It is not coming to mind.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea to start with a kid's book because you understand children. Wherever you are in your life, you've been a child.
Very true.
I
Good point.
wrote a children's book that won awards and stuff like that. But I'm not known for it. I assure you.
I don't think you told me about that one.
Oh, yeah.
Can I ask what it is, or should I ask you in private?
It was a story about... I can't even remember the name of it. It had a really cool and profound name, but it was about some bunnies. It was like white thunder or white lightning or something. I don't remember exactly, but...
It was Raven who wrote Watership Down.
It's a cute story about some bunnies. I mean, my family raised rabbits. I grew up with these.
That is adorable.
And it was like this mother rabbit had to save her babies, you know. And she did. Because she was white lightning or white thunder or something. Like I said, the title was, really profound sounding. Just a bunch of white rabbits. But
Yay,
I
Mama
can't
Bunny.
draw figures, so it wasn't illustrated. But yeah, it won awards for being a short story.
Nice. And I must check it out.
Yes, Richard Bachman. You're right, Sabrina.
You've got suggestions for musical comedy Wolf, Torgo.
Remember how we just talked about you not doing that?
Sorry, I thought you said that I should do that for voices that I definitely would do later. No? And this is me shutting up.
If you say the voice, then I feel like I have to write it down whether I saw it or not.
Yes? Doesn't that say...
Like dictate the voices that you're going to do?
I'm just gonna let you write.
You're going to let me... I'm going to miss everybody else's suggestions because I'm making sure that I get what you're saying.
I'm sorry.
Musical comedy Wolf.
I'm sorry, I'm dumb.
What was the other one you just said?
Torgo.
Torgo. That's a good one. And?
And that was it.
Okay.
That's all
now
I
you
said.
understand what I'm saying.
Yes, shut up.
No.
Hmm? If it gets published, it would get sold to a children's hospital, so I'm torn. I might be getting paid if they sell them.
What a
sorry,
great thing to do.
I was going to say, I'm not sure I understand the problem here. Is it not
She
good
doesn't
to get
want
sold?
to be known for writing children's books. And if it sells, it would the profits would be going to a children's hospital. What a great way to get started in the world of publishing.
Yeah, sounds
And
good to
just
me.
because you get published as a children's author, that will give you bigger opportunities, more opportunities to talk to the people that can help you get your other kind of work published. Because it's all, publishing, there are publishing houses that specialize just in children's literature, but there's far more that have, a lot of variety. So if you get into a publishing house with a children's book and you say you can make friends with someone in a different department, and you're like, hey, I have this written, you want to take a look at it, and that's how you could sell that first non-children's story.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Has Wendy's ever screwed me over? I don't think so. Are they known for screwing people over? Because didn't think they were.
It was a thing with Critical Role. Apparently their labor practices are not good, and I don't know. I don't eat at Wendy's anyway.
Yeah, sorry, Critical Role. Although, I do have to laugh at how, apparently, with all of the other crazy censoring that YouTube does in these chats, the word screwed flew by without issue. Weird. Your Love Never Dies and Phantom of the Opera reviews were how I got into your channel, and I have not looked back since. Ah, thank you, Savannah. And that's especially ironic, considering the controversial take that I have on Love Never Dies. This was good.
Hold up, Megan. Megan Willard says, have you heard about the Tangled remake? Apparently people want the actress that played Mal to play her.
Yeah, you know what? Mal, give me your wig so I can hang myself with it. We just did Tangled! We don't need a remake! We did it in CGI, the unembarrassing animation medium!
Oh no. Buckle up, this is gonna take a bit.
Where do you go with the material? I mean, okay, I kinda get that you might want to do something new with this older movie so it's more up with the times. The Lady and the Tramp, you can't have a movie that was made in 1955 that's taking place in the early 1900s and have a white person hooked up with another white person. That's just wrong. So, yeah, make that more modern. Hey, you were rolling your eyes at that, too. You don't get to talk. But Tangled, you just made it!
I don't get to talk. Really do want to do this on your own, don't you?
But guys, why? Are you so embarrassed of animation that you're now tackling the CG movies? Are you gonna do a live-action Toy Story next? Oh god, I'm gonna stop talking. I gotta stop talking before I start giving them more ideas. No! No! Stop!
Send that to Disney.
No! Please! I'm sorry!
Live-action Toy Story. Can we please get Tom Hanks to play Woody? Would he not be the perfect Woody?
I don't know. I don't... Oh, wait. He's perfect to voice Woody. Yes, he has been for 25 years now. But
exactly.
Leave it alone. They killed it. Ugh.
Oh, Claire suggests live-action Frozen.
Baby, you brought this on yourself. Just understand this. I'm gonna milk this for all it's worth.
Well, I can cross it off the list now.
No, you can't!
There already is a live-action remake of Toy Story 1, 2, and 3. What? No, there isn't.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about.
Live-action Black Cauldron.
Hey, you know what? Do that. If you're gonna remake something, remake a movie that didn't perform so well. I mean, Black Cauldron has got a great cult following now, but it was no Frozen. No. Why would anyone do a remake of Frozen, asks Sean Mercy. One word. Ka-ching! If someone made a live-action Frozen, you know that would make 3 times the money that Avatar made. Oh yes, there was the live-action Toy Story trilogy on YouTube. Very impressive for the very obviously limited resources that they had, but they converted all of...
Check it out.
Oh no, yeah, it's definitely worth a look, but they turned all the toys that are currently available into puppets and just did them to the soundtrack of the movie.
He feels optimistic. He's excited about these remakes.
Oh, yes. Look at how optimistic I am.
I didn't know that they were remaking Atlantis.
Well, now, see, that kind of makes sense. Because, again, it's a movie that didn't perform well. Okay, this movie flopped for whatever reason. Let's see how we can improve upon it.
Tyrant X says live action Zootopia.
It's just animation. That's all that The Lion King was. Just animation with better graphics and dumbed down performances.
Oh, Cruz says we have a live action Zootopia coming in the works. It's called the Robin Hood remake. I want it to be live action Zootopia so bad. I am down. Okay.
No, you
The
don't.
Masked Singer is the best show on television.
They're not gonna do The Masked Singer.
And Wayne Brady was the fox. And I want to see that costume. I want them all like the Masked Singers in this costume. For Robin Hood. They should do it.
I need to review it at some point, so I can't give away too much. But baby, you were there when you saw The Lion King with me.
Oh yes. You have to review it. Don't say anything.
You remember Be Prepared, don't you? Or maybe you don't because it was that unmemorable. I don't know. Do you? Don't you?
No, I remember it was such a letdown. But see, I always go into these with you have to be open-minded, you have to be positive.
Yeah. And
that's
look,
what
it sucked!
But you're telling tales out of school. You're letting them know.
Sorry.
I'm positive about them. They're gonna be good.
About ready to get started?
I think so. How many voices we have?
Almost a full double-sided, double-column page.
Excellent.
And we have our first sponsored post.
And who
Grace.
is that? Thank you, Grace. First sponsored post is Stinky!
Mm-hmm. You want to moderate too?
No?
Then get the book.
Okay.
Don't say what the first voice is.
Sorry. Alright, we are beginning with Chapter 19 of The Wizard of Oz. Attacked by fighting trees. That is embarrassing. And who are we starting with?
Lilo and Stitch is going to be a live action too? Come on. You guys are just making this up. There's no way.
Really? You're gonna say that there's no way? They will defile anything now. Just for a quick buck. Ugh. My god, we thought that Eisner was bad. But anyway, who are we starting off with?
As you said, Stinky.
We could do him later. Maybe I was
No,
mistaken.
Sponsored post.
Starting off with Stinky.
The next morning, Dorothy kissed the pretty girl goodbye, and they all shook hands with the soldier and the... with the green whiskers, who had walked with them as far as the gate. When the guardian of the gate saw them again, he wondered greatly that they could leave the beautiful city to get into trouble. But he at once unlocked their spectacles, and he put back into the green box, and gave them many good wishes to carry with them, which might have included some parenting tips.
Shut.
With the live action Bug's Life.
Everybody stop talking. Someone's listening. It's been pretty well established that there's something going on with my channel that's leaking out into the entertainment industry, so that Hollywood knows, okay.
Oh no, that's just you being arrogant.
Okay, what's gonna piss him off?
Oh, goodness.
That's how the talking monkeys wheedled their way into the movies where they shouldn't be!
Yep.
Somehow they know!
Coming.
What?
They heard Bobsheaux was coming. They threw in a monkey just to be sure. Alright, the next voice is also sponsored, this time by Colin, and it's a challenging one. Would you like to know what it is?
Sure, Colin, what have you got for me?
He would like you to combine Brent and B-Dog.
What? Brent?
Combine Brent and B-Dog, and if you can't do that, do both voices. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Oh, wow. Let's see.
If they do a live action Alpha and Omega, Bobshow's gonna rage quit, and there's nothing I can do about it. I just have to let him go.
Oh my god. A live action Alpha and Omega
Yes.
would feature wolves that are of near photographic quality.
Mm-hmm.
They would try to make them look as realistic as possible. And paradoxically, Kate would have the finest ass ever committed to cinema.
No.
Yes! That is the only reason they can make that a live-action movie, is to make the wolves look more realistic and
That
sexier.
would be live action Zootopia.
Oh dear. No, Judy Hop says, it's fine an ass already. Thank you very much. Moving on. But, okay, yeah. No idea how to do Brent and B-Dog at the same time, so they will just be subsequent voices. Let's do that.
You are a ruler, he said to the Scarecrow, so you must come back to us as soon as possible. I certainly shall if I Mabel, said the Scarecrow, but I must help Dorothy to get home first.
As Dorothy bade the good-natured guardian a last farewell, she said, "I have been very kindly treated in your lovely city, dog, and everyone has been good to me. I cannot tell you how grateful I am, yo." "Don't try, my dear," he answered. We should like to keep you with us, but if it is your wish to return to Kansas, I hope you'll find a way." He then opened up the gate of the outer wall, and they walked forth and started upon their journey, dog.
I can't see a live action Rescuers just because there are so many people that are scared of mice. Can you imagine? Enormous mice people?
No. They'd be regular mice in a totally realistic world. Oh my god, Rescuers! That makes sense! Hey, this movie's got people in it! Live action! There you go.
Wow.
Well, isn't that more appropriate for the live action medium? What we got next?
Another sponsored post, this one from 9 the Middleman 9.
Hello,
A
Nine.
haggard Mufasa from the Lion King remake.
Haggard Mufasa. I don't remember what he sounds like, actually.
Thank you for your sponsored post, Albatross Flight, but he does not know any Gravity Falls voices. So please choose another one, and then we'll use it for that sponsored post.
I do not, sorry. But I can try to do a normal Mufasa here for you. 9, if that's alright. And how ironic that we're starting with. The sun shone brightly as our friends turned their faces toward the land of the south. Everything the lake touches is our kingdom. They were all in the best of spirits, and laughed and chatted together. Dorothy was once more filled with the hope of getting home, and the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman were glad to be of use to her. As for the lion, he sniffed the fresh air with delight, and whisked his tail from side to side in pure joy at being in the country again, while Toto ran around them and chased the moths and butterflies, barking merrily all the time. Thank you. Next. One day.
That's a good one. You have never seen Once Upon a Time, the series, have you?
No.
Do you know who the Rumpelstiltskin of that series is? Do you know his voice?
I do not.
Darn, you'd be really good at it. I like that. I haven't watched all of it, but I have watched a lot of that series. It's very good. Do any Rumpelstiltskin then? Do you know a Rumpelstiltskin?
I was going to say, I don't think I know any Rumpelstiltskins.
Okay. Then Bernie Sanders.
City life does not agree with me at all, remarked the lion, as they walked along at a brisk pace. I have lost much flesh since I've lived here, and now I am anxious for a chance to show the other beasts how courageous I have grown. They now turned and took a last look at the Emerald City. All they could see was a mass of towers and steeples behind the green walls, and high up above everything, the spires and dome of the Palace of Oz. Thank you.
Albatross Flight's second choice is just be British.
Rather. Oz was not such a bad wizard after all, said the Tin Woodman, as he felt his heart rattling round in his breast. He knew how to give me brains, and very good brains too, said the Scarecrow. If Oz had taken a dose of the same courage he gave me, added the lion, he would have been a brave man. Dorothy said nothing. Oz had kept the promise he made her, but he had done his best, so she forgave him. As he had said, he was a good man, even if he was a bad wizard. Next.
Next is Maleficusqueaky.
I am blonde. I'm a ditz. I'm emotionally imbalanced. Mal, here we go.
No, not Mal. Maleficusqueaky.
Maleficusqueaky, sorry. I don't know where I am.
Really wants to do Mal.
No, I don't! No, I don't!
The first day's journey was through a green field and bright flowers that stretched about the Emerald City on every side. They slept that night on the grass and with nothing but the stars over them. They rested very well indeed. In the morning, they traveled on until they came to a thick wood. There was no way of going around it, for it seemed to extend to the right and the left as far as they could see. And besides, they did not dare change the direction of their journey for fear of getting lost. So they looked for the place where it would be the easiest to get into the forest. I'm sorry, I was doing that wrong. I'm Maleficusqueaky, which means I should be down something like this. Alright, there we go.
So intimidating.
The camera had to tilt down! That was part of her joke!
Okay. Two things. Live action Bambi. This is Network 1245 Productions' suggestion.
No.
Live action Bambi with his mom's death on screen in slow-mo while a horrible sad pop song is playing in the background.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Zack Snyder to the chat.
And secondly, tomorrow is Kristen Benvenite?
Kristen's birthday.
Benvenetti? It's Kristen's birthday!
This is your birthday song. It isn't very long.
If you were to do Quint from Jaws, it would make their day.
Quint. I'm afraid I don't know Quint from Jaws. Pardon
If
me.
not, then a classic Boris Karloff.
Can do.
Oh, you could do that.
Yes. The Scarecrow, who was in the lead, finally discovered a big tree with such wide-spreading branches that there was room for the party to pass underneath. So he walked forward to the tree, but just as he came under the first branches, they bent down and twined around him, and the next minute he was raised from the ground and flung headlong among his fellow travelers. This did not hurt the Scarecrow, but it surprised him, and he looked quite rather dizzy when Dorothy picked him up. Here is another space between the trees, called the Lion. Let me try it first, said the Scarecrow, for it doesn't hurt me to get thrown about. He walked up to another tree as he spoke, but its branches immediately seized him and tossed him back again. So again, we've got the bit where they pulled up my chest and they threw it over there, and then they took off my legs and threw them over there, and oh, that's you all over. Next.
Bender from Futurama.
Pass.
The original Wizard of Oz.
Let's see, where was I? There it is. This is strange, exclaimed Dorothy. What shall we do? The trees seem to have made up their minds to fight us and stop our journey, remarked the Lion. I believe I will try it myself, said the Woodman, and shouldering his axe, he marched up to the first tree he had handled the Scarecrow so roughly. When a big branch bent down to seize the Woodman, he chopped at it so it fiercely cut it in two. At once the tree began shaking all its branches as if in pain, and the Tin Woodman passed under it safely. Come on, he shouted to the others. Be quick!
And now Kristen is very happy and thanks you for your Boris Karloff and wishes all the May babies a happy birthday.
Like
So
myself.
she wishes
Thank you.
Happy birthday too.
Yes, my birthday is in 10 days, so hooray! Oh, check this out. Here we can see the Woodman chopping at the arms of this tree here. Pretty nasty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! Next.
Next is Family Guy Death.
Pass.
Butter's dad.
They all ran forward and passed under the tree without injury, except Toto, who was caught by a small branch and shaken until he howled. But the Woodman promptly chopped off the branch and set the little dog free. The other trees of the forest did nothing to give them back, so they made up their minds that only the first row of trees could bend down their branches, and that probably these were the policemen of the forest, and given this wonderful power in order to keep the strangers out of it. It's okay. Next.
Herbert's pervert.
The four travelers walked with ease through the trees until they came to the further edge of the wood. Then, to their surprise, they found before them a high wall which seemed to be made of white china. It was smooth, like the surface of a dish, and higher than their heads. "What shall we do now?" asked Dorothy. "I'll make a ladder," said the Tin Woodman, "for we certainly must climb over the wall."
No.
Next.
Oh, that's such a good suggestion. I'm moving that up.
What's
I'm
that?
making an executive decision. Read the next bit in Ermagerd.
Ermagerd?
Yes, it's a way of speaking.
Okay.
Don't know?
I can give it a chance, I think.
Have you never heard Ermagerd?
I have heard Ermagerd. I say Ermagerd, but I never thought of applying it to other words. Ermagerd, but okay. We are beginning Chapter 20, The Dainty China Country.
This is Bobsheaux trying to do Ermagerd because he's never heard.
I've heard Ermagerd.
Taking our guns. I've heard it with this. Like,
No. What you've heard is, they took our germs!
that's kind of it.
Yes.
Just do that.
I will do that. Oh dear. I'm using this voice while talking about the China country. Interesting.
While the woodman was making a ladder from wood which he found in the forest, Dorothy laid down and slept, for she was tired by the long walk. The lion was also curled up by himself.
Far too understandable.
The lion also curled up himself up to sleep, and Toto lay beside him. Scarecrow watched the woodman while he worked and said to him, "I cannot think why this wall is here, or what it's made of. They took our jams!" They took our jam!
Next.
That was good. Next is Combo from the Little Cars.
Oh boy.
Rest your brains and do not worry about the wall, replied the woodman. When we have climbed over it, we shall know what is on the other side. After a time, the ladder was finished. It looked clumsy, but the Tin Woodman was sure that it was strong enough and would answer their purpose. The Scarecrow asked Dorothy and the Lion and Toto, Dorothy and the Lion and Toto, and told them that the ladder was ready. The Scarecrow climbed up the ladder first, but he was so awkward that Dorothy had to follow close behind him and keep him from falling off. When he got his head over the top of the wall, the Scarecrow said, "Oh my!"
Excuse me. Next.
No Channel Awesome characters, guys.
Sorry.
Grace. That's okay. Grace always makes such great suggestions. I'm sure I was just a forget for a minute.
That's alright.
Stromboli from Pinocchio. You mentioned it. Now you can do it.
I can't do the head waggle thing. I'm embarrassed.
Does your neck not work?
No, it works. So you can do that, you can do that, and this, a little bit this, but no. See, I can't do that. I'm jealous.
I guess you have to grow up in the South.
I guess. I don't know.
Go on, exclaimed Dorothy. So the Scarecrow climbed further up and sat down at the top of the wall, and Dorothy put her head over and cried, "Oh my!" just as the Scarecrow had done. Then Toto came up and immediately began to bark, and Dorothy made him be still. The Lion climbed the ladder next, and the Tin Woodman came last, but both of them cried, "Oh my!" as soon as they looked over the wall. When they were all sitting on the row at the top of the wall, they looked down and saw a strange sight.
Next.
Next is Darth Vader.
Before them was it was a great stretch of country, having a floor as smooth and shining as the white as the bottom of a big platter. Scattered around were many houses made entirely of china and painted in the brightest colors. The houses were quite small. The biggest of them reached only as high as Dorothy's waist. There were also pretty little barns with china fences around them, and many cows and sheep and horses and pigs and chickens, all made of china, were standing about in groups. Bum, 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 bum. No, that's not true. That's impossible. Look over there and look at the charming little farmlands of pigs and horses and chickens and things. No! Next.
I will reiterate this for anybody who has not heard. There are only two Shaggies that exist. They were played by Casey Kasem and Matthew Lillard. Mr. Forte does not do a Shaggy voice. I don't know what he's doing, but it's not Shaggy.
You are not a fan of Scoob.
I might not be a fan if it existed, but since it doesn't exist, we don't have to talk about it.
I guess
It's not a problem. Sponsored post from Tom Jackson.
And what is that?
Alistair, the radio demon.
Sorry, I have not revisited that since first seeing it months ago.
Angel Dust?
No.
Do one of the Oogie Loves then. Yep, do that.
Yeah, because there you go. When you can't do Has Been Hotel, do Oogie Loves. Same thing.
Is it really?
No, it's not. Let's see.
But the strangest of all were these people who lived in this queer country. There were milkmaids and shepherdesses with bright-colored bodices and golden spots all over their gowns, and princesses with the most gorgeous frocks of silver and gold and purple, and shepherds dressed in knee breeches with pink and yellow and blue stripes down them, and golden buckles on their shoes, and princes with jeweled crowns upon their heads, wearing ermine robes and satin doublets, and funny clowns in ruffled gowns with round red spots upon their cheeks and tall pointed caps.
And that was all one sentence.
Goofy, Toofy, shut the hell up!
Very good, very good.
Next. Yes.
Gilbert God-awful voice.
Oh, my fans love you.
I'll just be muting. Don't mind me.
No, you can't mute. We have to hear your retching.
And strangest of all, these people were all made in China, even to their clothes, and were so small that the tallest of them was no higher than Dorothy's knee. No one did so much as look at the travelers at first, except one little purple China dog with an extra large head, which came to the wall and barked at them in a tiny voice, afterwards running away again.
Okay, did you have to pick a really long passage?
Actually, that was the shortest passage I've read yet.
Just split it up. You didn't have to have all that.
Yes, we did.
Mark Hamill's Joker says me.
You're welcome.
I'm not thanking you yet.
How shall we get down? Asked Dorothy. They found the ladder so heavy that they could not pull it up, so the Scarecrow fell off the wall, and the others jumped down upon him so that the hard floor would not hurt their feet. Of course, they took pains not to light on his head and get the pins in their feet. When all was safely down, they picked up the Scarecrow, whose body was quite flattened out, and patted his straw into shape again.
So they were just landing on Jonathan Crane. Really nice, Joker. Next.
Hang on, I'm finishing writing it.
This is going to be a good one.
The big sponsored post.
Oh my.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of voices.
Gotta have plenty of backups.
Okay. This comes from, I have no idea who is that. Grace. Thank you, Grace. The first part of Grace's is one of the Santa pups.
The Santa pups are all the same damn character.
We must cross this strange place in order to get to the other side, said Dorothy, for it would be unwise for us to go any other way except due south. They began walking through the country of the China people, and the first thing they came to was a China milkmaid milking a China cow. As they drew near, the cow suddenly gave a kick and kicked over the stool, the pail, and even the milkmaid herself, and falling on the China ground with a great clatter.
Next.
Next of the sponsored post is Beast from Scottish Squirrel.
Pass.
Do a Scottish squirrel. Give it a whirl. Do a Scottish squirrel. The squirrel. Squirrel. Never mind.
Oh dear, she's rhyming. Okay.
Dorothy was shocked to see that the cow had broken her leg off, and the pail was lying in several small pieces, while the poor milkmaid had a nick in her left elbow. "There!" cried the milkmaid angrily. "See what you've done! My cow has broken her leg, and I must now take her to the renter shop and have it glued on again. What do you mean by coming here and frightening the cow?"
Next.
Next is, of the sponsored post, is the Trollololol guy.
Let's see now.
"I am very sorry," returned Dorothy. "Please forgive me. But the pretty milkmaid was much too vexed to make any answer. She
That was
picked
terrible.
up the leg sulkily and led her cow away, the poor animal, limping on 3 legs. As she left them, the milkmaid cast many reproachful glances over her shoulder at the clumsy strangers, holding her nicked elbow close to her.
Sorry, I had to answer. My oldest baby just bought their first car.
No.
I just got a picture of it. It is a 2019 Kia that they rented. They rented a car to take me to the airport when I came to see you.
Ah.
And that was a 2019 Kia, and both of them just fell in love. My oldest and their fiance both fell in love with this car. So they had to get a car. Their car is older than both of them, and it was a graduation present for their fiance from his dad. And it is literally, the driver's side door is literally about to fall off. It overheats. It's an old car. So they said, okay, we've got to get another car. We're going to get the one that we rented, because they felt like they had already test driven it.
Nice.
I'm so proud of my baby.
That's awesome.
And they just sent me a picture, and they're like, here she is with hearts. Okay, sorry, had to interrupt.
Of course, that's awesome.
Okay, the next one is Batman, for the sponsor post. The next one is Batman from a bunch of letters. Is he? H-I-S-H-E?
That's how it should have ended, Batman.
How it should have ended. Okay, now it makes sense. You say it, I can see it. Okay, I should have known that.
Dorothy was quite grieved at this mishap, but must be very careful, we must be very careful in there, said the kind-hearted woodman. Do you know why? Because of Batman! Or we may hurt these pretty little people so they will never get over it. A little farther on, Dorothy met a most beautifully dressed young princess, who stopped short as she saw the strangers and started to turn away.
Next.
Mighty Mouse.
Pass.
Petrie.
And Dorothy wanted to see more of the princess, so she ran after her, but the China girl cried out, "Don't chase me! Don't chase me!" She had such a frightened little voice that Dorothy stopped and said, "But why not?" But because, answered the princess, also stopping a safe distance away, if me run, me shall fall down and break myself again.
Next.
Okay, one more quick short brag. They qualified a 2019 Kia, beautiful looking car, brand new. Their payments are only going to be $250 a month.
Nice.
That's nice. That is a good deal, man.
That's nice.
And the final for this, I'm sorry.
That's what all the people
so
say.
proud.
It's okay. It's okay.
Isn't that so American? Bragging about your kid has good credit? I'm so sorry. I hate myself. We can get a Karen tattoo right now. I'm so sorry. Okay.
I'm sorry. A sidebar here. I've seen a lot of this lately, but I got no idea what it means. What is a Karen exactly?
A conservative, know-it-all woman. White woman.
Okay.
The kind of woman that would call the police because there's a black person having a barbecue in their own backyard. You know, Becky apparently means a younger Karen.
I don't know, but okay. Not sure how.
It's a stereotype. It's a way to stereotype white women. It's not the equivalent of the N-word. It is a name meant to be derogatory, just like people would call black women Shanae, like Hispanic women Lupe or Maria. Like, it's a way to stereotype white women. Karen are the absolute worst kind of white women out there.
Okay.
The final for the I apologize. That was a very American Karen kind of thing to do. I'm just happy that they've got payments they can afford.
Well, yeah, a lot of people wouldn't be able to pull that off. A lot of people don't have that kind of credit.
Well, and maybe it's something. Maybe they just really worked and negotiated a good deal.
Or it could be that too.
Right. But still, that wasn't a good look. I didn't like that look.
You enjoy insulting yourself far too much. Stop it.
Would you just look? You got work to do.
Am I wrong? Stop it.
Final for the sponsored post, for Grace's sponsored post, is Dr. Scratch and Sniff. Do you know who that is?
Let's see, where was I? I guess.
But couldn't you be mended? Asked the girl. Oh yes, but one is never so pretty after being mended, you know, replied the princess. I suppose not, said Dorothy. Now there is Mr. Joker.
Mr. Joker is in this book.
Oh, mein Garten!
One of our clowns, continued the China lady,
who is always trying to stand upon his head. He has broken himself so often that he is mended in 100 places, and doesn't look at all pretty. Here he comes now, so you can see for yourself.
Next.
We have another sponsored post.
And come on, Mr. Joker doesn't look that bad. I mean, I don't see any breaks on him at all.
Okay.
So yeah, the Joker is in The Wizard of Oz.
Raven.
There you go.
Yes, Raven, that is exactly. A Karen is one of those let me talk to your manager kind of chicks.
Okay, complain about that bitch all you want.
Right. Well, that was kind of what I was saying I sounded like.
Oh, pfft. You were not.
Yeah. Yes, okay. So, the sponsor post from Nine the Middleman 9 begins with Patrick Warburton.
Indeed, a jolly little clown came walking toward them, and Dorothy could see that in spite of his pretty clothes of red and yellow and green, was completely covered with cracks, running every which way and showing plainly that he had been mended in many places! Yeah!
Next is Eartha Kitt. You don't get to do that very often. I love Eartha Kitt. I love Eartha Kitt, but I love your Eartha Kitt. That's what I'm trying to say.
The clown put his hands in his pockets, and after puffing out his cheeks and nodding his head at them saucily, he said, "My lady fair, why do you stare at poor old Mr. Joker? You're quite as stiff and prim as if you'd eaten up a poker."
Invader Zim.
Pass.
Joe Pesci.
Give him a try.
"Be quiet, sir," said the princess. "Can't you see that these are strangers and should be treated with respect?" "Well, that's respect, I expect," declared the clown, and immediately stood up on his head. "Don't mind Mr. Joker," said the princess to Dorothy. "He's considerably cracked in his head, and that makes him foolish. Does he look like a clown to you?"
Hi, Shay J.
Hello, Shiji.
Stopping by on their break.
Ah, nice.
They told you on Twitter they had to work tonight.
That's right.
Wish you could stay.
Yes, but any time with us is good. Oh, I got it all blurry there. Next.
Next is the final of that sponsored post is your favorite YouTube celebrity. I guess your favorite YouTube celebrity that you can imitate.
Yeah. I never really stopped to think about who my favorite YouTube celebrity is. Too much pressure. Pass.
Well, that was the last one in the sponsor post.
Damn it.
Can't pass. Gotta do something.
I don't know. I don't know. You pick.
Make a voice suggestion, and I'll do it while you're still here.
I'm sorry.
No, that's not who the sponsored post is from. Do Phaelus.
Thank you.
A favorite anyway.
Oh, I don't mind him a bit, said Dorothy. But you are so beautiful, she continued, that I'm sure that I could love you dearly. Won't you let me carry you back to Kansas? Instead, you want Aunt Em's mantel shelf? I can carry you in my basket.
There.
Perfect.
Thank you. Next.
Why are you so good at that?
Because he's so good at doing whatever it is that he's doing for himself.
Lord Licorice.
Pass.
Oh, I'm sorry, Shay.
Oh.
It took me a while to notice they didn't have time to make their suggestion. Oh well. If you get another break, come back and make a suggestion, and I'll make sure he does it while you're here.
Yes, please do.
Jean Bob.
Ugh. That would make me very unhappy, answered the China Princess. You see, here in our country, we live contentedly, and can talk and move around as we please. But whenever any of us are taken away, our joints at once stiffen, and we can only stand straight and look pretty. Of course, that is all that is expected of us when we are on mantel shelves and cabinets and drawing room tables, but our lives are much pleasant here in our own country. You silly English kid niggets! Next.
King Fergus from Brave.
I would not make you unhappy for all the world, exclaimed Dorothy, so I'll just say goodbye. Goodbye, replied the princess. They walked carefully through the China country. The little animals and all the people scampered out of their way, fearing the strangers would break them. And after an hour or so, the travelers reached the other side of the country and came to another China wall. Next.
That was good, by the way.
Thank you.
Fedora.
Oh, God.
We miss Fedora.
Yes, we do.
He's doing well. He just decided to retire from reviewing and concentrate on his family life. That's all.
Which is admirable. If you gotta retire, that's a good reason to do it. Sadly, he just can't juggle both. Alright. Fedora.
Well, maybe he doesn't want to. Don't worry, I'll never let Bobsheaux quit. Until he's making mainstream movies. Then he'll have to give up his YouTube channel.
Yeah, sorry. Until then, I'll keep on touching you with the perfect final episode that was my review for Cars 2.
No! I hate it when he says that would be the perfect final episode. So many people thought that was it. He was announcing his retirement.
That's what it looked like, didn't it?
I still can't watch that ending without crying. All of its influences and just the whole, well, starting with the speech and then
and then the collage made of all my fans.
Oh.
I love you.
No.
Sorry I made you cry, not really.
Yeah, that's the kind of apologies I get from this man. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I forgot what I was doing.
What do you mean you forgot what you were doing?
I forgot the voice I'm doing next.
Fedora.
Fedora, that's right, sorry. It was not as high as the first, however, and by standing upon the lion's back, they all managed to scramble up to the top.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tom!
Okay, I'll bite. What was that?
No, you have to finish Fedora first. It's a sponsored post.
Oh dear. A sponsored post that lists or that gets that kind of reaction. Oh dear. Then the lion gathered his legs under him and jumped up on the wall, but just as he jumped, he upset China Church with his tail and smashed it to pieces. Okay, now what was this sponsored post?
Tom Jackson would like you to do Tommy Wiseau in a sex scene.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if well, let's see, how long has it been since I ate?
Excuse me a moment, I gotta get a drink first.
It's just water, it's not gonna help.
No, but
Cheers.
just gotta relax the vocal cords a bit. Or if I do need something to offer just a little bit more bites, I do have this after all.
And you have to, the lush. You have to include his awkward laughing.
Well, yeah, that's like saying walk, but make sure that you have your feet. Okay, let's see here. Tommy Wiseau having a sex scene.
That was too bad, said Dorothy. But really, I think we were lucky in not doing these little people.
No, this is terrible. Wow.
I'm working.
Okay, I'm gagging. Oh my god, this is awkward and uncomfortable.
Doing these little people more harm than breaking a cow's leg at a church. They're all so brittle.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They are indeed, said the Scarecrow. I'm thankful I'm made of straw and cannot be damaged easily. There are worse things in the world than being a scarecrow.
Oh, good gravy.
Anyway, how's your sex life?
Non-existent after that.
Oh. Oh, hi, doggy. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Oh, don't worry. Bobshow's French. You would have to drink that, all of that bottle, plus another one. Now, I say
And meanwhile,
French.
what?
I say you're French, therefore you can, drink most people under the table. But I am both Irish and Native American.
And guess which side won out?
No alcohol tolerance whatsoever. I drank one, what was it, a mimosa or whatever your mom made?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, we went out, the first time I met his parents, I went over to their house for dinner, and she made mimosas. I drank one mimosa, and I realized that I was drunk. She offered me another, and I had to turn it down. And I'm whispering to Rob, like, I'm actually drunk. Help me.
Oh, help you? Okay. One more there for you.
Yeah, that's how you help me. So I believe she gave me a refill, and then you drank my refill.
Yes, happy to help in that regard as well.
I have I'm Irish. My dad was German and Irish. My mom and Native American, and my mom is Italian and something else. Well, no. I think something other than Italian and European. She was definitely Italian.
It's American.
African American and Native American, but there was something else in there too. But my dad was German, mostly German, but also a great deal Irish and some sprinkling of Native American. And I have no alcohol tolerance whatsoever. Anyway. What were we talking about? We were just getting that image out of our minds.
Just to reiterate, we were doing Tommy Wiseau in a sex scene. And for those who missed it, I shall refrain. Or,
no,
or,
not.
or repeat myself.
Live stream, which, are you going to put it out on Friday since you've got a new review coming out on Saturday?
That makes sense.
Get a day early. We love you guys. Okay, Raven
Often.
sponsored a post, but you didn't give a voice suggestion, so I was looking for that.
Uh-oh.
And Mackenzie Peters sponsored a post to say, sorry I'm late, how are you two doing?
Hi, Mackenzie. We're doing good.
We're doing good, but would you please also make a voice suggestion for your sponsored post? Because we just, hello, but...
Yeah. Yes, hello, nice to see you, but we don't want these sponsored posts to go to waste, exactly.
Right. We want to thank you for your contribution.
Yes, you can say hi to us for free. They're going to sponsor for that.
Okay, so but we do have another sponsored post.
What is that?
I believe this was Colin. I forgot to write down who it was. I think it was Colin again.
Hi, Colin.
He likes to do those challenging combo voices.
Oh, dear.
I don't think you're going to be able to pull this off, but I hope you're not able to pull this off. Pee-wee and Gilbert Gottfried on helium.
Oh, my God. I will do the most irritating one first and try Gottfried on helium.
How could you pick? I want to know what criteria you have chosen to determine which of these two awful voices is the worst.
I would imagine that Gottfried is more grating, while Pee-wee is just kind of, I guess, cringe, for lack of a better term. I don't know, since I'm a fan of his, but,
Both nauseating.
I love you.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Please don't leave me.
It all depends.
Okay, so we are starting with Chapter 21, The Lion Becomes the King of Beasts. And we're starting with Gilbert Gottfried on helium.
Lord, no.
After climbing down from the China Wall, the travelers found themselves in a disagreeable country.
I hope it hurts. Sounds like it hurts your throat.
Full of bogs and mosses and covered with tall, rank grass. It was difficult to walk far without falling into muddy holes, for the grass was so thick that it hid them from sight.
And now, trying Pee-wee on helium. Maybe I love to see you smile. But there's also that face, too.
However, by picking carefully their way, they got safely along until they reached the solid ground. And they seemed to, wilder than ever. After that, a long, tiresome walk through the underbrush. They entered another forest where the
Why
trees...
did you like to hurt me?
For the same reason that you like to see me hurt, because my pain is delicious.
Mine isn't. Mine is just painful.
Yours is savory.
Nobody likes to be upset and hurt.
Almost done. Almost done.
And after a long, tiresome walk through the underbrush, they entered another forest where the trees were bigger and older than any of them had ever seen. Arrgh!
Is Colin banned?
Was that Colin? Yes, if that was Colin, he's gone. He's out of here. Colin again.
I love you.
King Gabe has showed up. Shown up. Showed up.
Showed up. Yes, he showed up.
He does.
Hello, Gabe. Nice to see you. Oops. Uh-oh.
All I'm drinking is sparkling water, but I won't tell you what I'm doing when I'm muting.
Uh-oh. We're suddenly frozen on Skype.
I'm frozen on Skype?
Yes.
Oh, I am. I will try turning my camera on and off.
Okay, let's see what that does. Please stand by. We're experiencing technical difficulties. And she's back.
Okay.
I can do this all day. Alright, next.
Pardon me. Just a second, I had to pour this up and drink. Okay, King Gabe, in-house, has several suggestions.
Of course he
First
does.
one is he would like you to tell him when your birthday is.
That is actually on Saturday, the 23rd. So,
Happy birthday to Bobsheaux.
No! I'm suddenly embarrassed.
No, he's not.
no, I'm not. Yes, all this crap that I've been doing, and this is the embarrassing part.
Okay, so, sponsor post. Batman, Christian Bale.
This forest is perfectly delightful, declared the lion, looking around him with joy. Never have I seen a more beautiful place.
Oh, that was perfect. Batman just admiring the scenery.
It's so serene and peaceful. I love it here. It seems gloomy, said the scarecrow. Not a bit, answered the lion. I should like to live here with all my life. See how soft the dried leaves are under your feet, and how rich and green the moss is that clings to these old trees. Surely no wild beast could wish a pleasanter home.
Okay, we are going to take a momentary
Wow.
break from Gabe's lengthy sponsored post to do one that, remember I said Raven McBain sponsored a post but didn't give me any voice suggestion.
Right.
That was a while ago. It is their birthday tomorrow,
Yes, it is.
Raven's birthday, and they would like you to either do a Dalek or read like you're in a 90s boy band.
I'll do the Dalek.
Perhaps there are wild beasts in the forest now, said Dorothy. I suppose there are, returned the lion, but I do not see any of them about. They walked through the forest until it became too dark to go any further. Dorothy and Toto and the lion lay to sleep down, while the woodman and the scarecrow kept watch over them as usual.
Next.
Happy birthday, Raven.
Happy birthday.
Okay, back to King Gabe's sponsored post. His next suggestion is the voices of the Three Stooges.
Pass.
Then do the Stooge voices that you did for Star Striker.
I was gonna say, I only know 2 of the 3 of them, kind of.
Do those.
When morning came, they started again. Before they had gone far, they heard of a rumble, as of the growling of many wild animals. Toto whimpered a little, but none of the others was frightened, and none of the others was frightened. Yeah, a nice job, Elfric Bomb. And none of the others was frightened as they kept along the well-trodden path until they came to an opening in the wood, in which gathered hundreds of beasts of every variety. There were tigers and elephants and bears and wolves and foxes and all the others in the natural history, and for a moment Dorothy was afraid. But the lion explained that the animals were holding a meeting, and he had judged by their snarling and growling that they were in a great trouble. So, yeah, there we have lions and tigers and bears, oh my.
Oh.
Next.
Bob Ross.
Yes, Bob Ross, crime boss. There you go. As he spoke, several of the beasts caught sight of him, and at once the great assemblage hushed as if by magic. The biggest of the tigers came up to the lion and bowed, saying, "Welcome, O King of Beasts. We have in good time to fight our enemy and bring peace to all the animals of the forest once more." Next.
Next is Morgan Freeman.
"What is your trouble?" asked the lion quietly. "We are all threatened," answered the tiger, "by a fierce enemy which has lately come into the forest. It is a most tremendous monster, like a great spider, with a body as big as an elephant and legs as long as a tree trunk. It has 8 of these long legs, and as the monster crawls through the forest, he seizes an animal with a leg and drags it to his mouth, where it eats it as a spider does a fly. None of us is safe while this fierce creature is alive, and we had called a meeting to decide how to take care of ourselves when you came among us." Next.
Frank Nelson.
The lion thought for a moment. "Are there any other lions in this forest?" he asked. "Oh no, there were some, but the monster had eaten them all. And besides, there were none of them nearly so large and brave as you. Oh yes."
Next.
Next is a generic Australian accent.
You're welcome, my lady.
It is a favorite.
"If I put an end to your enemy, will you bow down to me and obey me as king of the forest?" inquired the lion. "I will do that gladly," returned the tiger, and all the other beasts roared with a mighty roar. "We will." Next.
I'm impressed.
And now to have it ruined.
No, not too bad.
Oh no.
Generic French accent.
"Where is this great spider of yours now?" asked the lion. "Yonder, among the oak trees," said the tiger, pointing with his forefoot. "Take good care of these friends of mine," said the lion, "and I will go at once to fight the monster. Mais oui." Next.
The Kool-Aid Man.
He bade his comrades goodbye and marched proudly away to do battle with the enemy. The great spider was lying asleep when the lion found him, and it looked so ugly that its foe turned up his nose in disgust. Oh no! Its legs were quite as long as the tiger had said, and its body covered with coarse black hair. It had a great mouth with a row of sharp teeth, a foot long, but its head was joined to the pudgy body by a neck as slender as a wasp's waist. This gave the lion a hint of the best way to attack the creature. As he knew it was easier to fight in its sleep than awake, he gave a great spring and landed directly upon the monster's back. Oh yeah! Next.
Okay, next is Senile and Mimi Fox.
Oh darn.
Then with one blow of his heavy paw, all armed with sharp claws, he knocked the spider's head from its body. Ew. He jumped down, he watched it until the long legs stopped twitching, when he knew it was quite dead.
The lion went back to the opening where the beasts of the forest were waiting for him and said proudly, "You need fear your enemy no longer." Then the beasts bowed down to the lion as their king, and he promised to come back and rule over them as soon as Dorothy was safely on her way to Kansas. Sugar pie.
Oh, goodness. And finally, for Gabe's sponsored post, Nick Fury.
Pass. I don't know, Nick.
Doesn't Samuel L. Jackson play Nick Fury?
He does.
Alright, then do your best Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, you don't do it to Samuel L. Jackson, that's the problem?
Not very well, no.
Okay. Sorry, Gabe. Okay.
I can give this, though. I am sick of all these mother effing snakes on this mother effing plane! There. I can at least do that.
Okay.
And thus ends chapter 21. Do we continue with chapter 22, or do we move on to some fairy tales? What's the chat saying?
Gotta give him a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, the lag is real, man.
Oh, is it?
Nobody's answering. Who cares?
See?
Colin finally said something. Fairy tales. Go to fairy tales.
Go to fairy tales. I gotta interject here with this real quick. See, even with things like this, I gotta be careful. I gotta see. I took the labels off these water bottles because I don't want any trouble.
Crossing it off the list.
No!
Well, you did it. You don't have to do it again.
It's not the same. Okay, so the last story that we read here was The Goose Girl at the Well. Let's see what else we got here. I'm sorry, I need to bring up my list of stories that I have already read so I don't read them a second time. Let's see.
Have you guys ever tried these True Lemon things?
True lemon things?
Yes. If you like a squeeze of lemon in your water, this is better. It's there's no sweeteners or anything in it. There's crystallized lemon. They also have lime. I want to try the lime. But I put this in my either club soda or seltzer or sparkling water or whatever, the unflavored ones. I love it. It's
Nice.
so good.
I'm sorry, apparently I did not get the list of stories that I have already read. Let's see, we are in Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales. Alright, so I'm looking at the screen, and that is what we have already read so
I love
far.
lemon drops, but I'm not eating sugar, so I'd have to get the sugar-free ones. And sugar-free candy, it's a hit or miss.
Yeah.
And sometimes it upsets your tummy. So sugar-free candy's not really worth it.
Sorry, baby. But, yes, alright.
Yes, my oldest sister coined the term the quarantine 15. You know, you've heard of the freshman 15. You go to college first year, you're away from home, and you actually are responsible for how you eat. Your mom's not telling you what to eat, so you end up putting on 15 pounds. The quarantine 15. Comfort carbs
Yes.
are my enemy. So we're just stopping that crap right now.
Yes, we are. We are cutting out carbs because that's the way to do it.
Anthony, no fair sponsoring a post to ask if he's going to review something. He can't answer that. No, bad boy. Anthony, you're always a troublemaker. Always a troublemaker.
Let us start with the Golden Key. Starting on page 12. Let us see.
I added that one to your other sponsor post, Anthony.
Well, okay. I thought this is only going to be one page, but apparently it's only one paragraph. So, you know.
Yes, Grace, you are also the troublemaker. Bobshow's chats are full of troublemakers. You're all terrible. All of them. I'm banning everybody.
My fans are all deviants. I love it. Alright, so first...
Are you ready for the first part of this? I hope this person is... I hope Tyrant X is still here.
Uh-oh.
He sponsored a post quite a while ago.
Oh, dear. Are you still with us, Tyrant X?
Hopefully so. We shall carry on. Okay, the first one of the sponsored post is Beast Wars Megatron.
The Golden Key. In the wintertime, when deep snow lay on the ground, a poor boy was forced to go out on a sledge to fetch wood. When he had gathered it together and packed it, he wished, as he was so frozen with cold, not to go home at once, but light a fire and warm himself a little. So he scraped away the snow, and as he was thus clearing the ground, he found a tiny gold key. Hereupon, he thought that where there was a key, the lock must be also, and dug in the ground and found an iron chest. If the key does but fit, thought he, no doubt there are precious things in that little box. Yes.
Now, Jeremy Irons' Scar. He said Scar from The Lion King. I'm thinking he meant Jeremy Irons.
The Scar that has some kind of personality to him? Yes, I agree.
No. Hence. No, you have to review that.
I really do. He searched, but no keyhole was there. At last he discovered one, but so small that it was hardly visible. He tried it, and the key fitted it exactly. Then he turned it once around, and now we must wait until he has quite unlocked it and opened the lid, and then we shall learn what wonderful things were lying in that box.
Keith Michael Richardson's Joker.
Okay, but first we gotta to discover a new story now. That was the end. Once upon a time, there was a boy who found a key. He found a keyhole in the ground, and he opened it, and... The end!
Oh, you have that pulled up so you could see it. Okay, never mind.
What?
Your list of stories?
Yes.
I can see it because you've got your screen shared, but that's how I'm watching you on camera, too.
Right. You can see the list, but the folks at home can't.
Right.
So,
okay.
So yeah, the Golden Key, ladies and gentlemen. Wasn't that exciting?
Grace suggested a story, the next one, Cat and Mouse in Partnership.
Cat and Mouse in Partnership. Is that Grimm? Looking for Cat and Mouse.
Or The Poor Miller's Boy and the Cat.
Let's see. Cat and Mouse in Partnership. There it is, actually. Page 119.
You got one.
Starting with Kevin Michael Richardson's Joker. A certain cat had made the acquaintance of a mouse, and had said so much to her about the great love and friendship she felt for her, that at length the mouse agreed that they should live and keep house together. "But we must make a provision for winter, or else we shall suffer from hunger," said the cat. "And you, little mouse, cannot venture everywhere, or you will be caught in a trap some day." Next.
Oh, Shere Khan. I can't read my handwriting.
The good advice was followed, and a pot of fat was bought, and they did not know where to put it. At length, after much consideration, the cat said, "I know no place where it will be better stored up than in the church, for no one dares take anything away from there. We will set it there beneath the altar, and not touch it until we are really in need of it." So, Cat and Mouse decided to hook up, and they got some fat. There you go. Next.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Next is a Tim Curry villain.
So, any Tim Curry character. No, seriously, was he ever the good guy?
Gomez?
Okay, I'll give you that.
Gomez is a good guy.
I totally forgot about him, actually. So the pot was placed in safety, but it was not long before the cat had a great yearning for it, and said to the mouse, "I want to tell you something, little mouse. My cousin has brought a little son into the world, and has asked me to be a godmother. He is white with brown spots, and I am to hold him over the font at the christening. Christening. I can't read. Let me go out today, and you look after the house by yourself."
Sparkpad reminds you that he was Gabriel Knight and Nigel Thornberry as well.
Don't know the first one, saw very little of the second.
He was very good as Nigel Thornberry.
Okay.
Oh, last of that is Lord of the Rings Smaug.
Pass.
Can't you do just a Benedict Cumberbatch Smaug?
No, because I don't remember what he sounds like.
Okay, well that was the final one.
That was the final voice, and Raven is now leaving me.
Been nice, been fun.
How dare you not know him?
Moonbeam 87's birthday is on the 24th.
Oh, we got a whole bunch of birthdays this month, don't we?
Yeah.
Hello, Moonbeam. Happy birthday.
9 months ago, it was a spring fever or something. I'm not sure.
I guess.
What do you think they're going to call the babies that come out of the quarantine? I've seen Generation Q, Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn, I've heard that.
Covidians.
Boomers 2.0.
Was something like Corona babies or something.
Something like that, yeah.
Anyway, his birthday is the 24th, and for his birthday, he would appreciate it if you would do some Captain Jack Sparrow, please.
Sure you don't want to save that.
Well...
Or you know what, this is a birthday present. I can do it now and do it again later if I need to.
Yes.
Yes, answered the mouse. By all means. And if you get anything very good, think of me. I should like a drop of sweet red christening wine, too. I prefer rum. Rum's good. All this, however, was untrue, and the cat had no cousin, and had not been asked to be godmother. Sorry, next.
Pardon me. Mackenzie Peters sponsored a post to say, "Hey Bob, I've been following you since Tentaclino. Thanks for the memories. I have to go back to work. You and Raven have a good night. Would you please see them out with the voice from Tentacolino, Pingo.
Ugh. I hate you with every inch of my body.
It's only fair, you know.
She went straight to the church, stole the pot of fat, began to lick at it, and licked the top of the fat off. When she took a walk upon the roofs of the town, looked out for opportunities, and then stretched herself in the sun, and licked her lips whenever she thought of the pot of fat, and not until it was evening did she return home. Fabuloso! I hate all of you.
Okay. Anthony Watson, we are getting to you. Hang tight. Tom Jackson's birthday is on the 26th.
Wow.
Why do you always do live streams at the same time as Samantha Bee? I always get premiering in 30 minutes, Samantha Bee. I'm a little busy. I don't have time for you, Samantha Bee. I cannot come watch your live stream. Okay. Tom Jackson's birthday is on the 26th. And
Happy birthday, Tom.
A voice I know you don't know. And I'm not watching the show, so you'd have to watch it on your own time if you wanted to learn this voice.
What is it?
Joe Exotic from Tiger King.
Sorry, no, I haven't been watching that. Don't know.
And if not, please do Crazy Steve. I don't know who Crazy Steve is.
You know him, even if you forget his name.
Well, here you are again, said the mouse. No doubt you've had a merry day. All went off well, answered the cat. What name did they give the child? Top off, said the cat quite coolly. Top off, cried the mouse. That is a very odd and uncommon name. It is a usual one in your family. What does it signify, said the cat. It is no worse than Crumb Stealer, as your godchildren are called.
Next.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, don't know Tiger King, but I do know Linkara.
Alright, so you did that one. We got that one. Now we're on Anthony's 2 sponsored posts.
Oh my.
He asked you to try Linkara. I don't think you do Linkara.
Not very well, sorry.
Okay, so let's have Phalus.
Again.
Before long, the cat was seized by another fit of longing. She said to the mouse, "You must do me a favor and once more manage the house for a day alone. I am again asked to be godmother, and as the child has a white ring around its neck, I cannot refuse."
Okay. Odd reasoning to go out and be godmother, but...
Wow.
Next.
Next is... Phalus. That was Phalus. Brent.
If it's sponsored, it doesn't matter that I already did it.
Nope. Dance, monkey, dance.
The good mouse consented, but the cat crept behind the town walls to the church and devoured half the pot of fat. Nothing ever seems so good as what one keeps to oneself, said she, and was quite satisfied with her day's work. Oh no, birds, which I'm terrified of for no reason.
Damn stupid bear. Next.
Stinky.
You know what? Y'all suck.
No, this is an anti-Nazi channel. He doesn't do PewDiePie. Carry on.
You could just say that I don't know PewDiePie. Because, considering last week, you can't say that I don't do Nazis.
Anti-Nazi channel. What do you think?
I think it's odd to call it that if last year I'm doing a very overt Hitler voice.
Yes, but you were doing it ironically because we're very anti-Nazi here.
Okay, let's say that. Let's see. No. We were doing Stinky. When she was home with the mouse, when she went home, the mouse inquired, "And what was this child christened?" "Half done," answered the cat.
Half done? What are you saying? I've never heard the name in my life. I'll wager anything it is not in the calendar.
Calendar? What? Was calendar something else back in those days?
Wow.
Whoa. Golden halo on my book.
And that is not the last. One more. Uncle. I don't remember how to pronounce it. From Land Before Time. Uncle Trano?
Tyranno.
Trano. Yeah, that one.
Got it.
The cat's mouth
Spelled
soon...
correctly, which threw me off.
The cat's mouth soon began to water for some more licking. All good things go in threes, said she. I'm asked to stand godmother again. The child is quite black. Only it has white paws, but with that exception, there is not a single white hair on its whole body. This only happens once every few years. You will let me go, won't you?
Next.
That was the last of them from Anthony's sponsored post. So now we're moving on to the other sponsored post from King Gabe.
King Gabe!
The evil stepmother from Cinderella.
Top off, half done, answered the mouse. They are such odd names. They make me very thoughtful. You sit at home, said the cat, in your dark grey fur coat and long tail, and are filled with fancies. That's because you do not go out in the daytime. During the cat's absence, the mouse cleaned the house and put it in order, but the greedy cat entirely emptied the pot of fat. When everything is eaten up, one has some peace, she said to herself, and well filled and fat, she did not return home till night. Next.
A drunken Daddy Derek and Cool Cat.
Oh, goodness.
Now I need news.
The mouse at once asked, what name had been given to the third child? It will not please you more than the others,
God.
said the cat. He's called Algon.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any worse.
Algon, cried the mouse. That is the most suspicious name of all. I have never seen it in print. Algon, what could that mean? And she shook her head, curled herself up, and lay down to sleep.
You're giving me a headache.
But we're not done yet. Still gotta do Drunk Cool Cat.
Thanks, Gabe.
Cool Cat after drinking some of Daddy's happy juice.
Anthony is banned.
From this time forth, no one invited the cat to be godmother. When the winter had come and there was no longer anything to be found outside, the mouse thought of their provision and said, "Come, cat, we will go to our pot of fat which we have stored up for ourselves. We shall enjoy that." "Yes," answered the cat.
I'm sorry. I'm just now noticing Raven's face.
But look at my face. Look at my face.
No, there is nothing wrong with that at all. It is perfect.
You will enjoy it as much as you would enjoy sticking that dainty tongue of yours out the window.
Next.
I had to send this to you so
Oh,
that you could read it
you sent me something. What did you send me?
in that voice. Drunken Daddy Derek.
Oh no.
After which, everyone say goodbye to Grace because she's banned.
Oh dear. He's always barking at a knot about the law, even though he's as clueless as a clucker at KFC's.
Jesus. Please. There ought to be a law against it.
Oh, God. I love you.
No, you don't.
Next.
This is not love.
What do I need to do to cleanse the palate? Or are we not done with that sponsored post?
We're not done. Gabe's garbage goes on forever.
Oh, Gabe, you're priceless.
He did throw in 2 voices at the end that will help, though.
Okay.
I can't really be too mad at Gabe. I mean, a little mad at Gabe, but not too mad.
Not too bad. Very good. And for
Barney,
Barney.
the last 2 are better.
Okay, but we're not there yet.
They set out on their way, but when they arrived, the pot of fat certainly was still in its place, but it was empty. Alas, said the mouse, now I see what has happened. Now it comes to light. You are a true friend. You have devoured all when you were standing godmother. First top off, then half done, then...
I'll just finish up this story with this voice.
Will you hold your tongue, cried the cat. One more word and I will eat you too. All gone was... It was already the poor mouse's lips. Scarcely had she spoken it before the cat sprang on her, seized her, and swallowed her down. Verily, that is the way of the world.
What? What's
An
that?
epiphany through my pain. Do you think Jason Johnson was trying to do a pseudo Barney? With a southern-ish kind of weird accent?
Maybe.
I heard some similarities in there. I don't know. Maybe it's the drugs talking. I don't know.
Well, let's see. What's a famous colloquialism? Oh, I got it.
Wow, it's a beautiful day, and I'd love to have a beautiful day. But what should I do? I know. Let's do my exercises.
I'm here. I can hear it. Just a little. Just a hint. He was inspired by Barney. Vroom vroom indeed.
Shush! But yes, that's the moral of the story, boys and girls. Life sucks. Never trust anyone. They will eat you.
The last 2 for King Gabe's post is Captain Jack. Yeah, we'll go just Captain Jack Sparrow. I'm not gonna tell you the next one. The next one is something else. You might not even do the next one. Actually, you've turned down the next one several times.
Oh, have I?
Yes. So let's not make it the next one. The next one is Jack Skellington.
Jack Skellington. Alright. We have just finished... What was this?
Usually you turn down Jack Skellington. That's what I thought you were going to do.
I'm getting more comfortable with him.
Practice does indeed make perfect.
Yes, indeed. We are moving on to The Louse and the Flea. A louse and a flea kept
Water
house
down my
together.
bra.
What?
Hurt me. I just dripped water down my bra.
Oh, I'll get it.
Stop! Behave yourself.
Oh, you love it. A louse and a flea kept house together and were brewing beer in an eggshell. Okay. Then the little louse fell in and burnt herself. On this, the little flea began to scream loudly. Then said the little room door. What the hell's a room door? Little flea, why art thou screaming? Because the louse has burnt herself. Alright. And
now Captain Jack Sparrow.
Now Captain Jack Sparrow, there we go. Then the little door began to creak. on this little broom in the corner said, "Why art thou creaking, little door? Have I not reason to creak? The little louse has burnt herself. The little flea is weeping." Okay. So we have a louse and a flea making beer in an eggshell. The louse burns itself, or what was it? Yeah, the louse burns itself, the flea starts crying, and the door and the broom are asking it why. Next.
The next one is actually the sponsored post from Anthony, but since Matthew Valente has sponsored a post to ask a question, you can answer this question.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on people who release their pet Burmese pythons in Florida?
I feel like that's attached to a joke that I don't know.
I don't know if it's attached to a joke, but it sure isn't funny.
No, it doesn't seem like it would be. That's not
Because they are
something you want to
decimating
do.
the local wildlife.
Oh, are they?
Oh yes, they're not native to the land, to the area, so
Well, Burmese,
the
I
things
think
they're
not.
choosing as prey is not equipped to, not be prey all of the time.
Yeah, no.
They're wiping out entire species in the Florida Everglades because people think, oh, it's a snake, it can live on its own. No big deal. I don't
No.
want more.
No, if you don't want a snake, figure out how to get rid of it properly.
There are reptile rescues that will take that snake off your hands. Don't be stupid.
There you go.
I have 7 ball pythons.
Yes, give them to Raven. She knows what to do with them.
I don't want Burmese pythons. I have cats. That thing gets out of the cage. My cat's gone. I have a ball python that can just about manage it. No, Burmese pythons are too big.
Yes, let's not.
Okay, and the reason that Anthony is banned is because he would like you to do Trump Godfrey.
What? Trump Godfrey.
If you can't combine them, do both of them, so he'll have 2 reasons to be banned.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. No one believes you're sorry when you say it as you're laughing. No one.
I have to learn sign just so I can say I'm sorry while choking my laughter.
It's something like this. I think that's I'm sorry.
Hmm? That sounds more sincere, right?
No, because we can still see your face.
No, you can't. Okay. I don't know how to do both at once, so I will just do both separately. So the little cart said, then I will run, and began to run wildly.
What?
The little cart. Now there's a little cart in the story, and it's sentient too.
Cart.
Yes.
That's not what I thought you said.
What did you think I said?
Little rooster.
Different text from a different time? Maybe I could have said it. Then I will run, and begin to run wildly. Then said the ash heap by which it ran, Why art thou running so, little cart? Have I not reason to run?
The little louse has burnt herself. The little flea is weeping. The little door is creaking. And the little broom is sweeping.
It's almost like I'm getting just a tad numb to the Gilbert Gottfried voice, but then when you lapsed into Trump, all of this came rushing back painfully.
I'm making this stream so great.
Next.
I don't know anymore. A random Scottish voice because Anthony's trying to not get banned. sponsored a post. Just a Scottish voice.
Well played, Anthony. Well played.
Probably gonna work. I'm easy.
The ash heap said, then I will burn furiously, and began to burn in clear flames. A little tree stood near the ash heap and said, Ash heap, why art thou burning? Have I not reason to burn? The little louse has burnt herself, the little flea is weeping, the little door is creaking, the little broom is sweeping, and the little cart is running. Next.
Yes, then Grace sponsored a post as an homage to her country roots. These voices are.
Uh-oh.
First one is Huckleberry Hound.
Ooh, pass. I don't know him, actually.
Okay. Foghorn Leghorn.
The little tree said, Then I will shake myself, and began to shake herself so that all her leaves fell off. A girl who came up with her water pitcher saw that and said, Little tree, why art thou shaking thyself, boy? I have not reason to shake myself. Next.
Okay, the Trappers from ANO5.
Ugh.
It's a sponsored post. Oh, I have a replacement for Huckleberry Hound.
What's that?
I will take that at the end.
Okay. The little louse has burnt herself. The little flea is weeping. The little door is creaking. The little broom is sweeping. The little cart is running. And the little ash heap is burning. Ew! We're Canadian!
Raven, always a good choice.
What?
I said, Raven came up with a voice suggestion. I said, always a good choice, that one. I like that one. And then, oh, sorry, lost my place. The Golden Pheasant from Mule Bomb.
Who I seem to remember sounded like Slim Pickens?
I don't remember.
Yeah. On this, the girl said, Then I'll break my little water pitcher. And she broke her little water pitcher. Then said the little spring from which ran the water, Girl, why art thou breaking thy water jug? Have I not reason to break my water jug? Next.
The replacement that
For
I
Huckleberry
have
Hound.
used, since you didn't know Huckleberry Hound, give me your impression of a sexy Southern accent. I want to hear you do a Southern accent, but not trying to sound like you have 2 teeth and a 3rd grade education. Come on.
I can only lapse into Southern Belle if I'm doing sexy Southern.
Oh, you don't think a man with a sexy Southern accent can do the trick?
I'm sorry, I was born and raised in California. I don't know what those sound like. I come from the land where everything Southern is a stupid hick.
Remember the video clip that was tweeted? Drew Morgan, the comedian? And I said something about how, I don't care, it's really sexy, and he he told me that I just like evil. The comedian himself, and replied to my post about, anyway.
I'm sorry, no.
You have to, because they lengthen out their sentences, and...
I'm sorry, I don't.
Oh my goodness. Okay, never mind. Okay, so we have 2 sponsored posts from different people. Same request.
Oh dear. Does that mean I have to...
Grandma.
What?
Rhapsody Grandma.
Does it mean I gotta do them twice?
Just make her extra good.
Oh dear. I burned itself, and the little thief weeping, the door was creaking, the broom is squeaking, the little car was running, a little ash, but the little tree is shaking itself.
That was on television.
Maybe you want to do another take.
Network television.
Nobody saw this before airing?
Okay.
And the final voice for the story.
The final voice for the story is not a sponsored post. Where were we?
I don't know.
Snitty the Bully.
Oh ho, said the spring, the night will begin to flow. It began to flow violently, and in the water everything was drowned. The girl, the little tree, the little ash heap, and the cart, the broom, the little door, and the little flea, and the little louse all together. The end!
Very good.
So, just to recap, because a louse and a flea wanted to make themselves some beer, everybody died. Everybody who had nothing to do with this story. Grim, what are you? Let's see here.
We never really decided what we were going to do if I was doing any Mad Libs tonight. They're saying now it's for Mad Lib time. Are we doing Mad Libs tonight, or are we waiting until we can figure out a better way to do it?
Tell you what. Why don't you, say a list of the kind of words that you need, and through, sponsored posts, anyone who wants to will give you a completed list of what it is.
Because that didn't work out last time.
Well, I'm not done yet. They'll send you a completed list of things to fill in, and then we will tackle those next week. How does that sound?
Well, I don't have the list. I will put out a list before the stream.
Okay.
A couple days before the stream.
Yes, we'll do that.
And then you can send in your suggestions.
That'll work. Yes, because as we were doing it last week, there was a lot of dead air. We're still working out the kinks in that one.
Yeah.
But if they're demanding it, then that means they were having fun with it.
Well, it was fun. I just thought that it wasn't smooth.
It wasn't smooth, no. There were definitely hiccups, but then, hey, hiccups are some of the funnest parts in these streams, aren't they?
Everybody can make suggestions.
Yes.
If you want to sponsor it, I don't know how you would sponsor it in the chat or before the chat. If you sponsor it, then I will do your entire list. But anybody can make suggestions for as many or as few as they want.
All
and
right.
we'll just randomly choose them that way.
Sure.
But sponsored posts, I'll just go through it a whole time with just yours.
That'll make sense. Alright, so let us move on with, I think, our final story for the evening. It's getting to be that time, I think. The Wolf and
About another hour. We have about another hour.
Another hour? Alright. Let's see. I think we got another decent-sized story here with The Wolf and the 7 Little Kids.
Oh boy.
Starting with what voice?
Starting with... Oh shoot, I can't read my handwriting.
Ooh, that's a hard voice.
Panchito? What was it?
Panchito.
It was one of the ones you mentioned.
I mentioned it, yes, but I didn't say if I could do it.
Can you do it?
I don't think so.
You are so fired.
Maybe.
Don't mention it, period. Whether you can do it or not.
I'm
but
sorry.
You can't do it. Pro T Robot.
There was once upon a time an old goat who had 7 little kids, and loved them with all the love of the mother and for her children. One day she wanted to go into the forest to fetch some food, So she called all 7 to her and said, "Dear children, I have to go into the forest. Be on your guard against the wolf. If he come in, he will devour you all, skin, hair, and all. The wretch often disguises himself, but you will know him at once by his rough voice and his black feet." That's racist. Ding! Next.
Yes, I'm his boss. Yep. I'm the puppet master.
That's how that
I pull
works.
the strings, he dances. Just the way it goes. Sensitive subject.
But again, you must remember that at some point, people thought that you were my creation.
Moving on.
I was pulling your strings because that's totally how this works.
Yep. Grace says they should sponsored a post to say they should make a talking dog movie based on the Transformers called The Transformers.
What?
And by the way, do Rizzo.
I'm sorry. Transformers.
I want to see that movie.
Talking dogs. I don't get it. Transformers. I'm not getting the pun.
If they do it, you will get it. Because all talking dog movies lead to Bobsheaux.
I still don't get the pun, but okay. Sorry.
Get the pun.
Transformers. Why?
Arr!
Boo!
Wow.
I'm sorry. My mind just instincts.
Samantha Bee, leave me alone. I don't like you that much.
Sorry, my mind filled in the blank with F-I-R-M, not F-U-R-M. Transformers, yes, okay. Firmers, not firmers, but if it's not fluffy, yes, of course. Idiot.
I want to see that.
No!
Yes.
No! No! Oh my god, that's what they're gonna call the Beast Wars movie coming out, aren't they? Transformers. Ah! No!
I want to see that movie. Okay, now do Rizzo.
The kid said, "Dear mother, we'll take good care of ourselves, and you may go away without any anxiety." Then the old one bleated, "We will go on our way with an easy mind." It was not long before someone knocked on the house door, because goats live in houses, you see. "Open the door, dear children. Your mother is here, and has brought back something back with her for each of you." Next.
Next is...
Herpeter.
That was Rizzo.
That was Rizzo.
Grandpa Joe is a sponsored post from Anthony.
Let's see,
Very unique voice. Never heard you do one.
Sorry, original or Tim Burton?
Original.
Original.
Now Trevor's on. Trevor Noah, leave me alone. I don't have time to come watch your show.
But the little kids knew that it was the wolf by the rough voice. "We will not open the door," cried they. Thou art not our mother. She has a soft, pleasant voice, but thy voice is rough. Thou art the wolf." Then the wolf went away to a shopkeeper and bought himself a great lump of chalk, and ate this and made his voice soft with it. No.
Optimut Prime.
What?
Optimut Prime.
Who said that?
Grace.
Grace, your band.
No. Grace, not banned. Give me Grace. Optimut Prime.
No.
Yes.
No.
I want to see that movie.
No! Stop it! They'll hear you!
Put it out in the universe.
Ah,
It must happen.
no! No, it mustn't.
Yes. I need it in my life.
Next.
Okay, next is Torgo.
Of course, after he just downs a bunch of chalk to make his voice softer, I suppose. He came back.
They're just throwing out names now. Bumblebark. Pupplebee.
And we're stopping the stream early. Good night, everybody.
Beaglebee. Fangtron.
Dogbone Crusher. Damn it, I'm doing it too! No!
Decepticons.
And Potobots. I hate all of you.
Anthony's sponsored a post to say, instead of Starscream, it's Star Howl.
I hate you all not only.
Stomach hurts.
I hate you all for making these suggestions, but also for making Raven pee before me. Thank you.
I am not paying.
You're doing the laugh where you're on the verge of it.
Oh, ow.
Anyway, Torgo.
Oh, Torgo.
Shush. All of you in general, shush. Then he came back, knocked at the door of the house, and cried, "Open the door, dear children, your mother is here, and has brought something back with her for each of you." But the wolf had laid his black paws against the window, and the children saw them and cried, "We will not open the door. Our mother has not black feet like thee. Thou art the wolf." Next. Breathe, baby.
Botweiler.
What?
Botweiler.
Ah!
Meowatron.
Shut up!
Sam Whitweiler.
No! No, 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 no!
Yes.
One of you is going to start a Kickstarter to make this movie just so I can watch it and review it.
I'm gonna organize the Kickstarter.
No! No, no!
I'm gonna make Bob direct it.
No! No! No, no, no! I will not! You cannot make me!
Yes.
No! No! No, no, no! No!
It's gotta happen.
No! It hurts.
What world are we? Okay. Oh my.
I hate you.
Singing Chris Walken. Thank you, Anthony.
What?
A singing Christopher Walken.
Okay. Then the wolf ran to a baker and said, "I have hurt my feet. Rub some dough over them for me." And when the baker had rubbed over his feet, he ran to the miller and said, "Strew some white meat over my feet for me." The miller thought to himself, "The wolf wants to deceive someone," and refused. But the wolf said, "If thou wilt not do it, I will devour thee." Then the miller was afraid, and made his paws all wait for him. And truly, men are like that too.
Very good.
Yeah, okay, truly men are like that. Yeah, they tend to not want to be eaten. Sorry. Such witty commentary from the Brothers Grimm.
Sam Witweiler, played by Shia LaPooch. He's done. He's leaving. Oh no, we are shunned. Oh no. Come back, baby.
Sorry, what?
We'll talk later, guys.
No! All of you, no!
It'll be your first movie.
It'll be my last movie!
The Transformers. It's gonna happen.
No!
Okay.
No! No! Ugh. Shame on all of you.
Did I miss a sponsored post? No. Okay. Okay, next. You did that. Did that. You did all those. Okay. Do. Ace Ventura. Can he be in the Transformers?
No! There will be no Transformers!
Directed by Bobsheaux Thomas.
Ah! In entertainment news, director Rob Thomas was found dead in his bedroom this morning. Oliver was written in his own blood, just the word, really. So, Ace Ventura, here we go. So now that the rich, for the third time over to the house door, knocked on it and said, "Open the door for me, children. Your dear little mother has come home, and has brought every one of thou something back from the forest with her." The little kids cried, "First show us thy paws, that we may know that thou art our dear little mother." Then he put his paws through the window, and when the kids saw that they were white, he believed that all he said was true, and opened the door. But who should come in but the wolf? Yeah, really. The wolf? Who saw that coming?
Archer Slam Bam sponsors a post said, "You need a writer for that movie?"
No, Archer, I love you, but no, go away!
And do Freddie K.
Freddie K.
I don't know who Freddie K is.
Freddy Krueger?
Transformers, Puppies in Disguise.
Do I need to turn around again?
No. No, don't leave us. It's Home Cruise. Home Cruise did it, it wasn't me. I was just passing the message along.
No, they're not going to search for the Allbark either. Shut up!
Houndwave!
Oh my god, there's already a Transformer named Hound. It's perfect! Ah!
Oh.
Stop it!
Adorable Nurse is confused. She just got here. Transformers is Grace's suggestion of a remake of Transformers done as a talking dog movie.
No!
To do a Kickstarter.
No!
Bobshow's going to direct it.
No!
And it will be starring Shia LaPooch.
Ah!
As Sam Witweiler. Okay, now, voices. Got work to do.
Every voice from here on in is going to be Bobsheaux puking.
Oh God.
Why?
Archer, what is Freddy K?
I think it's Freddy Krueger, but I don't know.
Do Freddy Krueger.
They were terrified and wanted to hide themselves. One sprang under the table, the other into the bed, the third into the stove.
Convenient.
The fourth into the kitchen, the fifth into the cupboard, the sixth under the washing bowl, and the seventh into the clock case. But the wolf found them all, and used no great ceremony. One after the other, he swallowed them down his throat. The youngest, who was in the clock case, was the only one he did not find, bitch!
So, happy story! The wolf ate them all except the one.
That's the one. Okay, next.
Are they still giving names for you?
Instead of Rob Thomas, Dog Thomas.
No! No!
Mutt Flap.
Ah!
Or you could have, instead of you directing it, directed by Dog Show.
Okay, you know what?
Must be a Paul show.
Actually, no. I would actually kind of like to see Dog Show making a Transformers movie starring dogs. That would be kind of adorable. just a movie about him making the movie. That I would see.
No, Transformers is gonna happen.
No,
It's gonna
please.
happen. Write the damn thing myself.
No.
Are you ready for another voice?
What did I ever do to you? Okay, what did I ever do to you that wasn't immediately followed up by something good? Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Oh. Yes, I'm ready for another voice. What do we have?
The narrator from Sleepy Hollow.
The narrator from Sleepy Hollow. When the wolf had satisfied his appetite, he took himself off, laid himself down under the tree in the green meadow outside, and began to sleep. Soon afterwards, the old goat came home again from the forest. Ah, what a sight she saw there. The door stood wide open. The table, chairs, and benches were thrown down. The washing bowl lay broken to pieces, and the quilts and the pillows were pulled off the bed. She sought her children, but they were nowhere to be found. She called them one after another by name, but no one answered. At last, when she came to the youngest, a soft voice cried, "Dear mother, I'm in the clock case." She took the kid out, and it told her that the wolf had come and eaten all the others. Then you may not imagine how she wept over her poor children. Next.
Paul Spinator.
God damn it. No!
Transformer Spark of the Moon.
Goodbye. And we're done.
No, come back.
No more Transformers!
Transformers. My stomach hurts so bad. Y'all are killing me.
I hate all of you.
You have sponsored posts.
Are they related to the Storytime with Bobsheaux thing, or are they just giving off more Transformers names?
I'd go for either.
Ah.
Oh, it's story time. It's voice suggestions. Did that one. Oh. First one is singing Yoda.
At length, in her grief, she went out, and the youngest kid ran with her. And the seagulls poke at my head, not fun. He says, seagulls, stop it now. Stop it now.
I know that a lot of this had to do with the whole Transformers thing, so I guess thank you all for that. But we have officially made Raven log off. Just so she can run to the bathroom. I'm sorry, baby. We love you. Please come back. Since it's going to be a minute for her to come back to us, I'll have to stay in touch with you guys at the channel here myself. Let's see what I got. Transformers, Age of Extinction. Ugh. I hate you, Grace. Oh no, we murdered the Raven, says Killer Katie. Now she is nevermore. No, she will be back. And Raven just wrote me back on Skype saying, please do Gabe's sponsored post, which says, let's stop before she gets turned off my Barbie comics. That's one from me. Singing Jafar. Okay. I must write back to Raven real quick. Let me see here. Where is she? She's on this account, not the other one. Okay. I will do Gabe's post, comma. Oh wait, I can just voice this one. But I'll have to wait for you to return so I can do the last voice. Period. Winky face. No, not weak eye face. Winky face. There it is. Okay, there we go. So, the first voice on Gabe's last sponsored post here was Singing Jafar. Alright, so, let's see. Singing Jafar, what does that sound like? At length in her grief she went out, but the kid ran off with her when they came to the meadow. There lay the wolf by the tree, and snored so loud that the branches shook. When she looked at him on every side and saw that something was moving and struggling in his gorged belly. "Ah, heavens," said she, "it is possible that my poor children, whom he has swallowed down for his supper, can still be alive." And that's enough of that. Next is what? Oh, looks like I gotta keep this open if I'm gonna... I'd have to scroll down through every single thing here. Next one was Captain Hook. Then the kid had to run home and fetch scissors and a needle and thread, and the goat cut open the monster's stomach, and hardly had she made one cut, then the little kid thrust its head out, and when she cut farther, all 6 sprang out one after another, and were all still alive, and had suffered no injury whatever. For in his greediness the monster had swallowed them down whole. What rejoicing there was! They embraced their dear mother, and jumped like a tailor at his wedding. Tailor at his wedding? Okay, interesting distinction to make there, but there we go. And next we have Singing Scar. And I will have to remember your last voice suggestion there, Gabriel, for Raven to do when she is here, because I gotta save that one for later. And got a sponsored one from Raven the Bane there too. Come up with one for that one. Yeah, see, it is so hard for me to do this just on myself. Raven, come back, we need you. But Singing Scar, here we go. The mother, however, said, now go and look for some big stones, and we will fill the wicked beast's stomach with them while he is still asleep. Then the 7 kids dragged the stones thither with all speed, and put as many of them into his stomach as they could get in. And the mother sewed him up and again in the greatest haste, so that he was not aware of anything or everyone stirred. Wow. You know what? Grimm's got a real hard-on for filling up wolves with stones and letting them drown. What's your deal? Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Raven McBain just did a sponsored voice, or sponsored post. Not seeing one attached to it, but I will just do her preceding Gonzo the Great with that one. When the wolf at length had his sleep, he got on his legs, and as the stones in his stomach made him very thirsty, he wanted to go to a well to drink. But when he began to walk and move about, the stones in his stomach knocked each other and rattled. Then cried he, "What rumbles and tumbles against my poor bones? I thought 'twas 6 kids, but it's not but big stones." And, oops, lose my spot here. And, let's see. Got another sponsored post here from Anthony Watson, asking me to do my Raven, Teen Titans Raven, and a demon voice. Again, I'll have to save my Raven for when Raven is actually back here. But I will proceed with Teen Titans Raven once I get out of full screen here and get back to the chat. There we go. And when he got to the well and stooped over the water and was just about to drink, the heavy stones made him fall in, and there was no help, but he had to drown miserably. When the 7 kids saw that, they came running to the spot and cried out, "The wolf is dead, the wolf is dead," and danced for joy around the well with their mother. Isn't that a cheerful story, boys and girls? Alright, and let's see, sorry, pardon me while I jot this down here real quick. There we go, okay. And next we have, since we have not done this yet, and we're still on something of a wolf kick here, but let's continue with The Wolf and the Fox, starting with a demon voice. The wolf had the fox with him, and whatever the wolf wished that the fox was compelled to do, for he was the weaker, and he would gladly have been rid of his master. It chanced that once they were going through the forest, the wolf said, "Red Fox, give me something to eat, or else I will eat thee thyself." Then the fox answered, "I know a farmyard where there are 2 young lambs. If thou art inclined, we will fetch one of them." And Raven is back.
Pardon me. I am at my studio. I'm not having a restroom in my studio. I have to walk all the way down to the other end of the building.
Oh no.
Unlock. Do what I need to do. Make sure everything's locked back up, and then come back to my studio. It wasn't just me having to use the restroom. There's a journey involved.
Raven's Odyssey.
Yes, and I was a little too under the influence to be able to say, I'll be right back, I have to go to the restroom. All I could think to do was
Out she goes!
run.
Just
You
bolts.
run! Thanks a lot, guys. Love y'all.
We love you.
Now, what are you waiting to do?
The last voice that Gabe suggested was Pee-wee.
You could have done that without me.
No, I couldn't! Gabe sponsored it, he wants the full effect.
That's you doing the voice.
Yes?
You need me.
Yes, we do.
No. You know how mean he is to me? You could have gotten that out of the way. Go ahead.
Anyway, we have finished the story of, let's see, what was it called? The Wolf and the Seven Little Kids, wherein the mother goat returned and sliced open the belly of the sleeping wolf and rescued her kids, who were still alive, of course, because that's how eating works, and filled the wolf with stones because Grimm's got kind of a hard-on for that. Let's kill the wolf and stuff it full of rocks so it can't move. And we are now going to the fox, or the wolf and the fox fox of whom is subservient to the wolf because he would be lunch otherwise. And they're just now going off to a little farm that the fox knows about so they can eat some chickens. And we are continuing the story with...
That suited the wolf. They went thither, and the fox...
Or they're eating lambs, rather.
and stole the little lamb, took it to the wolf, and went away! Ah! The wolf devoured it, but it was not satisfied with one. He wanted the other as well, and went to go get it! As, however, he did so awkwardly, the mother of the little lamb heard him and began to cry out terribly and to bleat so...
You've done enough. You go way too long.
Let me finish the sentence!
No! Don't you remember? I'm the boss.
Except not really.
Pretend I'm the boss.
So we have to show them otherwise. Don't we?
And to bleat so that the farmer came running there! Ah!
And that's the end of the sentence. Now we stop.
And our relationship.
Oh. And Anthony also did a sponsored post with a couple of voices. The last one of which I had to say for you also, and that is you.
Oh, you've already done Teen Titans Raven and the Demon voice?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see, what was I? There it is. They found the wolf and beat him so mercilessly that he went to the fox, limping and howling. "Thou hast misled me finally," said he. "I want to fetch the other lamb, and the country folk surprise me, and I have been and have beaten me to a jelly." The fox replied, "Why art thou such a glutton?"
It's like jelly, I don't know.
Wow, okay, awfully big set of balls on the fox there, who is doing the wolf's command because he's going to eat him otherwise. Why are you such a glutton? Really? Alright, chomp. Next.
What did you just do?
You.
You just did Pee-wee.
I just did Pee-wee followed by you.
All right. In memory, Anthony sponsored a post. In memory of Judith Barcy, do Ducky.
Oh no. Oh, this is gonna be terrible, but I can't say no.
Oh, we cried.
Damn you.
Next day, they again went into the country, and the greedy wolf once more said, "Red Fox, give me something to eat, or I will eat thee thyself." Yep. Then the fox answered, "I know a farmhouse where the wife is baking pancakes tonight. We will get some of them for ourselves. They went up there, and the fox slipped around the house and peeked and sniffed about until he discovered where the dish was, and then drew down 6 pancakes and carried them to the wolf. I'm sorry, Miss Barcy, that was awful.
So wrong. So sweet.
She wanted to go
Brother
into voice
Malachi.
acting because of Ducky.
Brother Malachi has sponsored a $20 post just to say thanks for being you. And he's got a little chicken with, I think, a maraca.
I will do my best to be a chicken with a maraca.
Okay, now, next is... Where in the world are we?
We are, The Wolf and the Fox, and we just did Ducky.
Right. Hank Hill.
I'm sorry, Judith Barcy.
Stop it! God. Cluck Show.
Oh God, no.
Thank you, Killer Katie.
Now I gotta get a Folkmanis chicken.
There's something for thee to eat, I tell you what, he said to him, and then went his way. The wolf swallowed down the pancakes in an instant, and said, They make one want more, and went thither and tore the whole dish down so that it broke to pieces. This made such a great noise that the woman came out, and when she saw the wolf, she called the people who hurried there, and beat him as long as their sticks would hold together, till with 2 legs, and howling loudly, he got back to the fox in the forest. How abominably thou hast misled me, he cried. I am kicking your ass.
Y'all are too damn punny tonight.
What are they saying now?
Bobsheaux. And then now we're back to the Transformers
Of course we are.
with Michaela Bones,
Oh no!
Agent Simmons,
No!
Cliff Pupper,
No! Please stop!
You should be writing this down.
No! 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 Why are you doing this to me?
Because they're brilliant.
Bleh. It hurts.
Okay. Did you do the voice? I don't even know what we're doing anymore. I'm just laughing at I'm just reading the chat. I'm not even paying attention to it.
And her brain is now pudding.
Last one I did was Hank Hill, I tell you what.
Okay, so now we have the Phantom of the Opera.
Oh God.
Go ahead, Phantom.
But the fox replied, Why art thou such a glutton? On the 3rd day when they were out together, and the wolf could only limp along painfully, he again said, Red fox, get me something to eat, or I will eat thee thyself.
Started out good, and then you kind of went off.
That's what Michael Crawford sounds like.
Did you have to do Michael Crawford?
Yes, he's the silly one.
Okay,
And all the music nerds in my audience now hate me.
on the subject of musicals,
Oh dear.
we have some live action characters for you to do. Beginning with Gaston.
Pass.
Okay, then do animated Gaston.
Okay, him I know I can do.
Flip out.
Hmm?
you want to whip out.
Hey, he's distinct. Can you do his voice? Yeah,
don't do
shut up.
voices. I might do a live-action Gaston.
Yes, you might do a live-action Gaston.
I didn't say anything about his voice.
Oh. I feel alone. Let's see. The fox answered, I know a man who has been killing, and the salted meat is lying in a barrel in the cellar. We will get that. Said the wolf, I will go when thou dost, and thou mayest help me if I am not able to get away. I am willing, said the fox, and showed him the bypaths and ways by which at length they reached the cellar. There was meat in abundance, and the wolf attacked it instantly and thought, there is plenty of time before I need leave off. Next.
Idotron.
Next!
Sponsored post in the middle of your musical theater here. Can you do Billy? Faustoodles would like you to do either Billy from Hocus Pocus or Nick Cage from Into the Spider-Verse.
I will attempt Billy from Hocus Pocus. The fox liked it also, but looked about everywhere, and often ran to the hole by which they had come in, and tried if his body was still thin enough to slip through it. The wolf said, Dear fox, tell me why they're not running here and there so much, and jumping in and out. And the final voice for the story? Oh god, what now? What?
No one sounds like Gaston.
No one sounds like Gaston.
There's more. No one makes a recognizable villain like Gaston. And, wait, there's one more. No one falls from a roof like a bitch like Gaston. Oh, the birds. I love you.
No one falls from a roof like a bitch like Gaston.
Okay.
Breathe.
Okay. Live action Beast.
So many better things to voice.
Shut your face.
No, that's... Like what?
Do not disparage.
If she's such a wonderful actress.
I was talking about the Beast. It's 'cause you don't like his song.
Oh yes, it was the song that I had the problem with that movie. You were supposed to love it. That was the point. It was Oscar bait.
Live action Beast.
I must see that no one is coming, replied the crafty fellow. Don't eat too much. Then said the wolf, I shall not leave until the barrel is empty. In the meantime, the farmer, who had heard the noise of the fox's jumping, came into the cellar. When the fox saw him, he was out of the hole at one bound. The wolf wanted to follow him, but he made himself so fat with eating that he could no longer get around. He could no longer get through, but stuck fast. Then came the farmer with a cudgel and struck him dead. But the fox bounded into the forest, glad to be rid of the old glutton.
Grim, why are you dicks to wolves? And that's the end of The Fox and the Wolf.
I'm not reading that. But yes.
Not reading what?
I'm not reading it.
Can I read it? Is it inappropriate?
Yes.
Oh, and what was it? monster pussy or something, wasn't?
Wait,
Or spooky pussy or something.
spooky pussy, moist as an oyster.
Moist than an oyster, yes. But come on, we can't say whatever it is being said here.
No.
Okay, I guess I'll just have to look at the chat and laugh at it later.
Later. Bobsheaux.
Oh dear.
Pet fire.
No! Stop it! Why? Why are you doing...
Fire airs. Hot dog rod.
I hate all of you.
Did I say dog man already?
Dog man?
Dog man.
Maybe, I don't know. Stop!
Oh, did I miss any?
What?
Did I miss any?
I don't think so. No, you...
See? Oh. Oh.
And we're done.
Oh. Okay, moving on. What are we doing? Oh, sponsor post. Anthony's trying desperately to get the story time back on track.
God bless you, Anthony.
Especially with a bit of a challenge.
We've got one...
Do.
We said we were going to stop at 8:30, was that right?
Yeah, it's 8:16.
Let's do one last little story here, which is about a page long. Let's get this through real quick. The Wolf and the Man. Very imaginative title. I wonder how this one is going to end. Oh, look, the wolf died. It got gutted and it's full of something. Starting with what challenging voice?
Johnny Depp's Mad Hatter singing crazily.
Okay.
Oh, and I would like to also do the way you usually do Mad Hatter.
Oh, of course. That's the only way that I could do him.
Once on the time, the fox was talking to the wolf and of the strength of man. How no animal could withstand him, and how they were obliged to employ cunning in order to preserve themselves from him.
And the wolf answered, "If I had but the chance of seeing a man for once, I would not on him notwithstanding."
You forgot to sing.
I was singing for a while, but then it just kind of stopped.
That was terrible.
Best I could do. Shut up.
That was just a bad Johnny Depp's Mad Hatter.
Do you want to do better?
I just want to make fun of you.
Make fun of that. Oh wait, sorry. Oh, I have to make sure that this is a family-friendly stream, so I gotta make sure that it's over here. Can't see it. Nope. Can't see what's... Well, you can kind of make out what that is, but...
You could be doing this.
I could be doing this. Aha! Oh yeah, take this. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Take that. Next.
Wow. Oh. Sorry. I've lost my place long ago.
You've lost your place, and we've lost our heads.
I really have no idea where... Okay, there we were. Okay. These are some good ones. Let's see. Let's do... Lily from A&O.
I can help thee to do that, said the fox. Come to me early tomorrow morning, and I will show thee one. The wolf presented himself betimes, and the fox took him out on the road by which the huntsman went daily. First came an old discharged soldier. Is that a man? Inquired the wolf. No, answered the fox. That was one.
Okay. Next.
Sponsored post. Tom would like to hear Queen Uberta and the Horn King. First Queen Huberta.
I was going to say, at the same time?
Afterwards came a little boy who was going to school. Is that a man? No, that is going to be one. At length came a hunter with his double-barreled gun at his back, and hanger by his side. Said the fox to the wolf, "Look, there comes a man. Thou must attack him, but I will take myself off to my hole."
Oh my. Now, the Horned King.
Horned King, yes.
The wolf then rushed on the man. When the huntsman saw him, he said, "It is a pity that I have not loaded with a bullet," aimed and fired his small shot in the face. The wolf pulled a very wry face, but did not let himself be frightened, and attacked him again, on which the huntsman gave him the second barrel. The wolf swallowed his pain and rushed on the huntsman, but he drew out his bright hanger and gave him a few cuts with the right and left, so that, bleeding everywhere, he ran howling and back to the fox.
What the hell was that?
What? You said you wanted to attack a man? Yeah, but come on!
Terrier dactyl. Say goodnight to Anthony. He sponsored a post to say that he loves us and good night.
Good night, Anthony. Thank you for trying to keep this stream on track. We're glad we made you laugh. And some of us cringe. And the final two voices for this story. Final story of the night. Waspinator.
Waspinator.
Nice.
Well, Wolfie Bot, said the fox, how hast thou got on with the man? Ah, replied Wolfie Bot. Wolfie never imagined the strength of man to be what it is. First he took a stick from his shoulder and blew into it, and then something flew into my face, which tickled me terribly.
And the last voice.
The last voice. There's so many.
Just have to save him for next time.
Grace, you get the last voice.
Light is
Oh
Grace.
no, I'm sorry, Grace. You got to do two more voices.
Uh-oh.
Because I said Grace, you get the last, but then Shay J is here after work, and I told them from before that I would do a voice when they
You did,
were
didn't
here.
you?
Yeah, and they left before you had a chance.
Nice to see you back. Okay, so second to last voice.
Do you have another story to read, or I mean, how are we going to do this?
We've got 2 sentences left here.
That's not enough.
Joe. Yeah, there's one more story after this one, which is like a page.
Okay.
So we can do a few more voices.
It's 8:22, so we're still okay.
Yeah, alright. Last voice for the story. And then
His voice is probably getting tired, but I'm telling him, no, you're fine. Just keep going.
She loves my worn out voice.
I do. It's so sexy. When
Yep.
your voice is all strained and kind of gravelly.
So the final voice for this story before we move on to Gossip Wolf and the Fox, which I'm sure is totally not the
I am
same
waiting
story.
for their voice suggestions.
Grace or Shay?
There's still Silver Bob and Raventron. We've moved on to putting us into the Transformers.
No!
Tiger
No.
Bob and Air Raven.
Ah. You being the Falcon Transformer does make sense, I suppose.
Grace, for her final voice, would like you to do your best. Where was it? Where was it? I saw I do your best something. Oh, do your best Optimut Prime.
hate you.
Hey, I'm just the moderator.
Then he breathed once more into the stick, and it flew into my nose like lightning and hail. When I was quite close, he drew a white rib out of his side, and he beat me so with it that I was all but left lying dead. See what a braggart thou art, said the fox. Thou throwest thy hatchet so far that thou canst not fetch it back again.
Yes, Shay J.
What? The hell was that?
That was amazing. Keep that in mind. You should write that down. Maybe do a little sample so that you know what you want him to sound like when you're casting him.
No. There will be no casting. There will be no Transformers. There will be no Bobsheaux / Rob Thomas attached. There will be nothing. Do you hear me?
I hear ya. We hear you, honey. It's okay.
Ah!
It'll never happen.
Bah!
You're fine. Alright, Shay J has made her request. Or his request. Their request. I don't know who Shay J is. I don't remember if you're a boy or girl. Or what you...
As we continue on to Gossip, Wolf, and the Fox, what is this first
I don't
voice?
remember your pronouns. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm a little influenced by inebriating type substances. Okay, so... Shay J would like Silverbolt from Beast Wars, and for you to flirt with me like I'm Black Arachnia.
Oh, Jesus.
And yes, Faust Doodles will get yours in, your sponsored post in. Because he's got to read a whole page still.
The she-wolf brought forth a young one, and invited the fox to be godfather. Again with the godfathers, this is weird. After all, he is a near relative of ours, said she. He has a good understanding, and much talent. He can instruct my little son, and help him forward in the world. The fox too appeared quite honest, and said, Worthy Mrs. Gossip, I thank you for the honor with which you are doing me. I will, however, conduct myself in a way that you shall be repaid for it.
I'm not hearing any flirting.
Oh, was it supposed to be at the same time?
I don't know. I guess we just have to go with however you're interpreting it.
Now I have to do... I guess Silverbolt flirting with Black Arachnia.
That was what I got from that message, yes.
He doesn't flirt!
Then flirt with me badly, I guess. His voice.
So, have you been a Predacon long? I'm simply pointing out that you were once a Maximal Protoform.
Bravo.
I'll just see myself out. Excuse me, bouncer. Yeah, Silverbolt getting his game on. That would be interesting.
Shay J's a guy and says that we're the coolest and cutest couple ever. Thank you.
And again, it is okay to call us cute, but don't call her cute on her own. You will die.
As a couple.
Yes.
Mostly because of Rob. Okay, so now we have a sponsored post for you to finish off with. I don't know how many voices you have left with your last.
We got a couple, like somewhere between 3 and 5.
Okay. So the sponsored post is Bark Arachnia, I love you, home cross. Okay, so.
No!
Yes!
No!
Bark Arachnia!
No! No!
Mark Hamill's Joker.
Ugh.
If you can get my attention off the chat, you're doing good.
He enjoyed himself at the feast and made merry. Afterwards he said, "Dear Mrs. Gossip, it is our duty to take care of the child. It must have good food that it may be strong. I know a sheepfold from which we might fetch a nice morsel."
Very good.
Thank you. Next.
Okay. Hang on. I have to find it. He has said it 30,000 times, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to make him do it. Hang on.
Oh no.
But now I can't remember what it was.
Oh no.
It's a psychotic clown.
What about a psychotic clown?
A psychotic birthday clown that regularly commits arson.
Alright, just give me a minute to grab a quick swig here. A psychotic birthday clown who regularly performs arson.
Regularly commits arson.
Okay.
Apparently, this is Killer Katie says basically Blinky the Clown.
I don't know Blinky the Clown, but I'll see what I can do.
The wolf was pleased with the ditty, and he went out with the fox to the farmyard. He pointed out to the fold from afar and said, "You'll be able to creep in there without being seen. And in the meantime, I will look on the other side to see if I can pick up a chicken."
Apparently, Blinky is from Garfield.
God, I haven't seen Garfield since I was like 5. I don't know.
However, he did not go there, but sat down at the entrance to the forest, stretched his legs, and rested. And then he burnt things!
You guys have been in rare form. Now everything is dogs. We have Phantom of the Pauper.
Ah! Stop! Stop!
Never stop. Never.
It makes me want to burn things.
Hang on, let me find one that's been
We got 3 voices left.
gazillion times. Did that.
Unless it's a sponsored post, in which case it doesn't matter.
Right. Gabe says, next time we Skype chat, I gotta show you how to do Silverbolt flirting. Close with Rhinox before I go. Oh, close with Rhinox before I go. It's a sponsor post.
Gotcha.
Anything's possible?
What?
Anything's possible?
Stop!
Rhinox! Do it, Rhinox!
The she-wolf crept into the stable. A dog was lying there, and it made such a noise that the peasants came running out, caught Gossip Wolf, and poured a strong burning mixture, which had been prepared for washing over her skin. At last she escaped and dragged herself outside. Next.
I don't even know anymore.
Again, pudding brain.
I'm just trying to make sure that... Okay, Oogie Boogie.
There lay the fox, who pretended to be full of complaints, and said, "Ah, dear Mistress Gossip, how ill I have fared! The peasants have fallen on me, and broken every limb I have. If you do not want me to lie where I am and perish, you must carry me away." What?
Archer! Says, looks like we're driving Bob Bark Raven mad.
Is there a way that I can do a reverse sponsored post that was actually kind of clever?
He wants to give you money, Archer. I can't breathe. Oh.
It's not a successful stream if we don't have Raven wheezing for air. The final voice for this final story?
The Prince of Egypt.
Why don't we just call it Dad Joke the movie?
Kickstarter is happening.
No! No! No!
God.
No! 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 Please!
Oh my goodness, what? Tom Jackson says, Raven, imagine being bullied by Gilbert Gottfried dressed as a cowboy who throws pies at you. This really happened in an episode of Adventures in Wonderland. So you paid $9.99 to make me imagine that.
No, 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 no. He did not pay $9 for that. Do you know what he paid $9 for? He paid $9 for us to pause the stream so we can look for that and then show it. I'm sorry. I gotta look it up now.
No, we don't have time. We gotta do voices. We gotta finish this story.
Fine. One final voice for this one final story, and then we'll look for it.
We have to do the final voice as Cowboy Gilbert Gottfried.
Cowboy Gilbert Gottfried. That was it. The she-wolf herself was only able to go away slowly, but she was in such concern about the fox that she took him on her back and slowly carried him perfectly safe and sound to her house. And the fox cried to her, "Farewell, dear Mistress Gossip. May the roasting you have had do you good," laughed heartily at her, and bounded off. Pilgrim.
My God! You ruined my cowboy fetish.
Don't worry, baby. I can get it back for you.
No.
Oh, yes. You know I can.
Don't. Family
Don't.
friendly stream here. Oh, you guys were in rare form.
Oh, actually, I thought I would have to go and get, but it's actually just right here. Ma'am?
Except the green screen
Ooh.
messes it up bad. It does not look the same. It makes you look like you're pointed head.
Alright, hang on. Let me see here. I will fix this. Let's see. Let's go ahead and turn that off temporarily. There we go. Ma'am?
Okay. Well, that would be better if it wasn't a little screen.
If it wasn't a little screen. Ah, right. We gotta get that back, don't we? There we go.
There we go. Okay. Maybe my cowboy fetish is not real.
Cowboy fetish is back. Oh, yeah. You're welcome, Raven, and all my fangirls. Ew-wee. So.
Meowgatron.
What?
Meowgatron!
And the stream is now over.
You guys are the best.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so
I say I hate you all.
Twitter. We're gonna organize this Kickstarter. We're gonna make Transformers happen.
Must we?
Transformers, the bark side of the moon.
Ugh. No,
Or
no,
Transformers barking at the moon. One or the other.
no. No, 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 no.
Directed by the one, the only, Doug Thomas.
No, no, Transformers bark at the moon. No.
Oh, Deceptikittens!
Of course, the enemy of the Potobots. Of course, they would be cats. So yeah, Decepticons. Why not? Mm.
Oh.
All of you need to die.
We love you guys so much.
We do.
This was a blast.
I'm giving you crap, but yeah, I love you guys.
This is amazing.
Why do you have to make me hurt?
And participating. The video on demand will be available on Friday this week, since we have a review coming out for the next indie comic book month.
Yes, we do, and you're gonna like this one too, I think.
Oh yeah.
But yes, in all seriousness, this was always a lot of fun. Thanks to you guys. Couldn't do this alone.
So the way things are going, we'll see you next Wednesday.
We are getting down to make this a lot more of a streamlined process, aren't we?
But yeah, we will try to see how the Mad Libs works. I'll put out the list.
Because you guys do want it.
Make suggestions, and I'll give you instructions on how to send it in. And if you want to sponsor an entire list for one, for your whole list to be read, we'll figure out how to do that.
Yes, we
But
will.
otherwise, there'll be more great voices. Bring your puns. You guys get all the points. You win the internet.
Yes, my loss is your win, so yeah, keep making me lose. Thank you. Pospinator, yes.
Clothpinator.
Clothpinator, was that it? And it kind of works because he actually does have claws. No, why am I feeding this? Goodbye, I'm stopping this.
Take notes.
Just goodbye, bye.